Yo, hello people and welcome to Never Found. This is your deadline special. The window's done. It's over. Arsenal short. For some fans, they're saying they wanted a striker, they wanted a defender. Man United completed the squad. Chelsea, they still can find a loophole probably and sign another player or something in the next couple of days. And Liverpool, oh boy, Liverpool without a six or with a six Endo. But we're here to talk about the window, who had the best window, who had the best signings, also preview the Premier League fixtures that are about to happen this weekend. And I'm here with a great panel, of course, with Cass, of course, and then Callum from Team Coppage, of course.
Hey, let me run up the introduction there, because I feel like, Callum, I've got to do it for the love, you know.
Nah, surely
for the people, man.
Bro.
Caicedo, we're gonna six.
Never doubt my owners. FSG to the day I die. FSG till the day I die.
Question quickly. Are you still like
artificial intelligence?
Are you doubting your owners, or
it was artificial intelligence?
Or are you still FSG to the day?
I've heard Michael Jackson cancel.
I've never done that. It's not me, it's someone else.
That was
a man pumped his chest for FSG, you know. That's crazy stuff. That's crazy stuff.
You're not getting a DM anymore. You got 8.
We got 6. And that video is a classic.
Artificial intelligence. They can do some great stuff in it. Oh.
Well, the window's over for a lot of people, but not Liverpool, apparently.
Yeah. What you saying? Yeah, you know what? Might as well even start Liverpool again. We done it earlier. Might as well do it again now since you're here.
You invited me on this channel under false pretenses. I didn't think I'd be getting ambushed.
No. This is your opinion and everything, because Mo Salah isn't done yet, technically. But let me ask you just a dead question. Would you accept 200 million for him? Dead serious for 31-year-old?
No.
Why not?
Because of the timing. The situation's fantastic, but it's the timing. If this was early in the window, then yeah, we'd have a discussion to have. But the two things that are the issue is we can't find a replacement, and then who is going to come in and potentially be a replacement for him? There is no one on the market where you think to yourself, you could potentially step up and help. I think you've got to get 2 players in for a Mo Salah as the way things are for us right now. So not for 200 mil. And I get the whole age thing. I personally think as football fans, we kind of have to move away from age and look at a person, because Mo's 31, but you look at his injury record, you look at how he plays, you look at how he keeps himself in condition. Yeah, he's 31 biologically, but he doesn't play like a 31-year-old. And you've got other players who are I'll use another Liverpool or ex-Liverpool player. Naby Keita is a lot younger, but Naby Keita couldn't stay fit for a month. So it's not just about age.
You not feel guilty like that? You not feel guilty that your club's taken food away from his mouth of like 400 million per season or whatever the crap is? Like, you must feel guilty, no, man. Like,
I mean, he'll get that money next year, to be fair. So here's the thing with Salah as well. He's one of the few players that could get this offer this year and still get the same offer next year. He might even get a better offer next year.
Callum, be realistic. If it's the beginning of the window, you're not getting 200 million for him. The 200 million is only because of
we are. No, we get 200 million.
We'll see.
Of course we are.
You weren't going to get 200 million for him in the beginning 100%.
Of the window. Of course we would.
Because there's a reason why they offered the 100 million only in the beginning.
Yeah, because they're trying to lowball. That's business negotiation. If I want to buy a car, I don't just go in with the highest bid. I go with as low a bid as possible and then try and work from there. At 200 million,
by the way, even if you get 200 million next window, it's not going to be worth the 200 million you're going to get them now when you can buy someone in January. To be honest with you, I think Liverpool fans.
What happens between now and January then?
You want to keep a player against his will. This is what you want. You want to keep a player against his will. This is exactly what it is.
When does he said he wants to leave?
Yeah, he's a respectful guy, well-raised guy. He's never gonna come out. He's never one of these guys. You know that for sure.
So
You know
what-
that Mo
so what
Salah is
makes you
never
think-
gonna hand the transfer
What
request.
makes you think he wants to leave? Mbappe didn't go over there.
Okay, so who tell me one club that will bid for someone before agreeing with him that he's willing to go. Oh, I know one
I
club.
say though.
I know. Oh, I know
You just
one
played
club.
the
Oh,
clip
yeah,
with
I
me,
know
bro.
one club. You fell for it. You fell for it. I know one club. I know one, but it's
Yeah,
only
we're
one.
that club.
Exactly. The problem is, I know that he is willing to go. He said that. Listen, all the reports saying he's willing to go. He isn't an ungrateful guy. Listen.
Willing to
I
go
know
and wanting
people-
to go are two different things, though. Willing and wanting are two different things.
Okay, Mo Salah isn't one of these guys who's gonna do the transfer request, not show up to training. Do you take Mo Salah as one of these guys?
No, I don't. But I still don't know if he necessarily wants to leave right now.
I guess
I
we'll
don't
never
think
know.
he
But
gets-
what's the logic here? Tell
Of
me
him
your
wanting
logic.
to stay
What's the logic?
For one, he might just want to stay for one more year, see if he can win something, and then go
To do what? To do what? To win what?
to try. Well,
The
to try and
Champions
win a
League.
league.
Oh, sorry, you're not there. To win the league.
Hold
To
on,
win the league.
hold on.
To win the
Surely-
league.
No. One thing we cannot do is laugh at Liverpool when it comes to Champions Leagues, because how many of them have we?
No,
won?
I'm not. But I'm
are you-
being
right.
realistic, Callum. To be honest with you, I'm neutral, right? But I really
That was
see
nice, though. You gotta give it to him,
some fans are really not being realistic here. Someone is offered 1.5 million a week, right?
Yeah, but
He's
not
making
everyone's motivated by
350K.
money, bro. I'm not
Man
being funny. He could have left Liverpool last summer or the summer before, and got more money from another club. Could have gone Real Madrid. He could have gone Barcelona. Some players aren't just motivated.
Not
Money.
Barcelona, but-
Money. There is money, Callum, and there is different money. You know what I'm
Exactly.
talking
Money
about.
that he can get in a year's time. He can get that in a year's time. It's not like Henderson and Fabinho where they're not getting that money in a year's time. Salah's getting that money in a year's time. It's light work for him.
So why does Mo Salah affect your season? I'm sorry, Callum. Why does Mo Salah? You're definitely well equipped with.
That's like
Gravenberch
me
to make
asking.
top four in
That's like me asking, would you get wet in the rain without an umbrella, bro? How? Of course, that's going to affect our season. We have no other right wingers, bro. He's our best attacker.
So you think if Mo Salah, so genuinely, you think if Mo Salah leaves, so tell me one target you don't think you're gonna achieve if Mo Salah leaves.
There's no. You tell me a right winger out there that we
No.
can go and
I'm
get.
asking. You're a Liverpool fan. I'm asking you. If Mo
And I'm
Salah
telling
leaves
you, there
tomorrow,
aren't any out there that's really good.
What target you're not gonna achieve? What target you're not gonna achieve? Tell me
What,
what's
this
your
season?
target? Yes, yeah, okay,
If we-
yeah. You're
if
saying
we-
me.
if
You're
we
telling
sell
me
Salah
he's
now-
leaving next season. Yeah.
If we sell Salah now with no replacement, we're finishing outside the top 6. We're not winning Europa. We're definitely not winning the league, and we're not winning a domestic cup either. So we're not winning anything. With him in the
maybe we
team,
disagree
we've got a
on
genuine
this.
chance
Maybe
of
we
winning
disagree
something.
because I think you're still well equipped to finish top 4, win Europa League. Your
Without
favorite
Salah?
by far without Salah.
How?
100%. Look at the teams around you.
Look
You're
at
looking
our
the teams
team.
around you.
Look at our team. Who plays right wing for Liverpool Football Club if Salah leaves tomorrow morning?
I'm hearing Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai.
Come on, guy. Come on. Be real now. I
Wallahi,
rate
That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing from your fans.
Wallahi,
No,
I'm
that's what I'm
real.
saying. Anyone who knows me or watches me speak about Szoboszlai will know I rated him before we signed him. I'm not one of the fans who's just jumping on the bandwagon now. I actually did a video about saying we should sign Szoboszlai before we even put in a bid or anything. I rate Szoboszlai high. Doesn't mean I want him playing right wing, though. It's a different game. He's a centre midfielder. He's meant to be in there to inject pace, aggression, and creativity in our midfield. You can't do that effectively from the right wing. We'd have to change our whole style of play, and we ain't got the players to do that. Do you know how crazy it would be to sell Salah right now for Liverpool?
For 200 million, Jared Bowen is banging goals left and right.
Man said
Go
Jared,
get him in
but
January.
We can't get Jared Bowen now, though, can we?
I said that a few weeks ago.
No, you
People
cannot,
know.
but I'm sure Liverpool Football Club can hang until January.
And you're telling me Jared Bowen comes in and replaces Salah. And again, Lee will know me.
No, he doesn't.
Lee knows I rate Bowen.
My man. Callum,
Which one? I rate
nobody
Montalvo.
in the world.
I mean,
There's only one guy.
Aaron.
There's only 2 guys in the world, Callum, that will replace Mo Salah on the wing. 2 of them play left wing. It's Kylian Mbappe and
We
Vinicius.
will never get.
I'm listen. You're not gonna replace Salah this year. You're not gonna replace Salah next year. It's not gonna happen. There's only
We've
one
got a
more
better
Salah we're
chance
gonna
if
see.
we have a year to scout, then we've got a better chance.
Mo,
Hey,
I don't know. Honestly, I can't believe it, but I don't even know what you're talking about, my guy. I literally don't even know what you're doing.
See here, yeah, I was like, yeah, go on, Mo. And then I was like, I don't even hate Liverpool this much to be this.
I know, and
I
I
don't
just
hate
letting him
Liverpool.
cook.
I
But
just
I
feel
actually have
bad
no
for my
idea.
I was letting
Egyptian
him
guy. I'm sorry.
Cook the chat are cooking
no
him.
I
idea
feel
what
bad
you're
for
on
the
about,
Egyptian
bro,
guy. This is generational wealth, Lee.
Yeah, but Mo, you have to
They
understand, yeah,
are
like there's no time.
not
In less
There's
than
no
letting
time
12
to get a
months, he's gonna
replacement.
get that.
At
He's
least
gonna
we
get
know,
that in less than
yeah.
12 months.
At least we know if it comes to a decision between a project and money, Mo's leaving never a foul. That's what I'm gonna say.
No, but my point is,
Yeah.
bro, like if you're Liverpool, take away the idea of anything else. If you're Liverpool, why are Liverpool gonna sell their main asset? And the same reason why the Saudi league wants him is the same reason why Liverpool want him, because he's making them millions and gazillions of pounds per week, per month, per year. Why are they going to just sell this guy with no replacement when the commercial value that he brings in, when the goals? Now listen, everybody here on this panel knows I don't even rate Salah like that, but I still can appreciate, and I've always said he's one of the best goal scorers ever. And I said he's a better finisher than Harry Kane. He's a better finisher than most strikers all wingers that I've ever played in the league. It's his overall ability that I've never rated. And I didn't like the fact he was compared to Henry, in my opinion. But that doesn't take away from his greatness of scoring goals. So if you're talking about Liverpool themselves, why on God's green earth are they going to just say, all right, yeah, this guy wants to go and we're going to sell him? Now, Liverpool, listen, I'll be honest. I'm very optimistic for their chances this season. I think they've got a better chance. I do think their defense is a bit shaky. I do think, well,
Very
more than shaky. It's more than shaky. I'm not too sure about Endo, but I do think that they can put something together. Now, I'm not saying they can win, but the chances of them winning with Mo Salah exponentially is greater.
It might be their chance to get in the Champions League this season. To be fair,
No. I think they can finish up. I think
I
their
think
squad.
they can, but I mean, it's not solid. It's not
Yeah,
solid.
it's much surely. I think they for sure they can go into that Europa League and they can think, you know what, we can win that plus one of the other competitions or the league, or however it plays out with Man City. I don't know, but all I'm saying is, from Liverpool's point of view, why are they gonna think, right, I'm gonna just sell Mo Salah now, £200 million? I'll be fair. You know, what does that get you these days in terms of what Liverpool need? That's
Free
my
players,
only thing.
Gives you
Now,
Kylian Mbappe, my man.
Well,
No,
they're not going to
Re-
realistically get him. That
Mo,
that
Realistically, I just said the name. Lee, you asked the question and I answered the question.
that's
No,
not
but
realistic.
I'll be honest.
That's not
I'll be
realistic.
honest. £200 million. I genuinely don't think £200 million as a package is enough for Kylian Mbappe. His wages alone are what? I don't
Image
know.
rights.
Image right.
His wages alone are
All
probably
that
about
stuff.
200.
No. So Mo Salah's got image rights at Liverpool. That was what the whole the hold up was in the last contract.
But Lee, you haven't even got to explain that though. That's just everyone just knows that Mbappe is not realistic.
That's Real Madrid bound, bro.
Yeah, I know that. He asked what 200 million gives
All
you.
right,
and I
Mo,
said
I'm
the
gonna
name.
switch.
No,
I'm gonna
no,
flip
no.
it. Sorry to cut you. Sorry to
Can
cut
I
you, Lee.
clear something out? Something out before you finish? Okay. I am mainly, and I've been on this channel and all the other channels. I said I am speaking from Mo Salah's point of view, because I said that for Mbappe. When there is money, that much money, we have to just drop all the football and everything. This is the guy that gave Liverpool everything. He won everything at your club. I think it's just gratitude to let him go to get that much money. Do you guarantee that he's going to get the same contract next year?
Yeah.
I don't. Even so, let me tell you what happened. Okay, in Saudi now, read the reports in Arabic. Al Ittihad are not sure they can offer the same money next year. That's why they're pushing this year. The report just came out. They said that the money might not be there for that much money for that 3-year contract for Mo Salah. It's a business thing. It's image rights in Egypt, which is 100 million people. This is why they're pushing for this year. They can wait for next year. There is the reason why they are willing to go to 200 million and break the record for it, because they want him this year. And I'm just speaking from the player's point of view. Someone who gave everything, right, to Liverpool Football Club. He's Egyptian. He wants that much money, and he might not get it next year. Me and you cannot sit here and guarantee it. The report saying that Etihad might not be able to offer the same package next year.
Yeah, but Mo, you
That's
have to
my
think
point.
about it though. There isn't a single player. It doesn't matter what Mo Salah done. He's not a bigger player than Liverpool. And right now,
Mhm.
it's in Liverpool's best
100%.
interest to keep Mo Salah.
Right.
And we've seen
100%.
Liverpool getting money for Coutinho, and they spend it wisely. They spend it on Alisson. They spend it on Van Dijk as well. So Liverpool just need a bit more time. Do you get it? If this was at the start of the window, fair enough. I'd hear it. Everything you're saying, we agree with it. But right now, bro, you're being unreasonable to say that they should just sell him because what Salah wants with the money, and he's done all this for Liverpool. Because Liverpool can't replace him adequately right now, bro. They can't. So they're gonna have to give it at least a season.
Mo, even I'll ask you, right? So when you're Inter Milan supporter, when Mourinho got taken from you to Real Madrid, did you not feel the injustice then? Like, did you not think,
can I give you a better example, Lee? Can I give you a better example?
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
Samuel Eto'o in 2012 got offered 30 million yearly wage by Angie. You remember Angie, the Russian club that got everybody. And it was at the end of the window as well. And he went to Moratti, the president at that time, and said, listen, this is something else. This is a salary that nobody, by the way, at that time, nobody made that much money. Nobody. He was the highest paid player.
Yeah, I remember he was on 350 a week at the time.
He went there. He made 30 million a year. 30 million a year. Inter said, we're not. You gave us everything. You won the treble. You're free to go. And I'm an Inter fan. I accepted it. I said, there is money, and there is someone who gave the club everything, and he's getting offered that much money. For me, from gratitude, being a grateful friend, I say, go get it. It's just there. Because I was in the same exact place, by the way.
Yeah, but Mo, what players did you have? What players did you have left over? That's not the Premier League.
I swear to God, we went downhill from there. And I will never regret that. I'm saying that we went downhill, and
you see, that's an example. That's an example that Liverpool can use. You went downhill from there. If they sell Salah right now, they can go downhill from here.
You just made my argument for me.
What I don't get as well, Mo, what I don't get as well is that Mo Salah, in truth, let's be fair, he basically begged for the contract that he's got because he was on £150,000 before, and then he signed his new one, and now he's on, I believe, 350,000. I know he's done amazing stuff and he's won the 7 trophies for them or whatever it is that he's done. Fantastic. But why is it now just that all of a sudden, now that this big offer's gone in, that Liverpool must be like, okay, we're going to grant you your wish. He signed the contract. And this is what I don't like about football is all of a sudden, when a player must be kicked out. I'm an Arsenal supporter. I've been wanting Rob Holding to leave for the last 3 years. But if Arsenal have given him a 4-year contract, why must he be beholden to go just because I want him out or because they want clubbing him out? There was their stupid. Arsenal have got Cedric, we can't get rid of. Pepe, we can't get rid of. Man United have got Maguire, they can't get rid of because they've given these guys contracts. Now the club have to live up to it the same way how the player can live up to it. So ultimately, Mo Salah, he's earning his money. If he doesn't want to go, then fine. But if he does want to go, it's not just down to him, it's down to the club because they're paying his wages, they've made him. So yes, they owe him something, and yes, Mo Salah owes him. It's a perfect relationship. So hold on.
Liverpool have a lot of money. They'll have a lot of money next year.
You know, they do. But what I'm saying is, right now, if Mo Salah was kicking up a fuss, you say to him, look, he's perfect. You've done fantastic things for us, but we've also made you who you are. So hold off your horses now. The window's closed, so you're going to put us in a compromising position. We can't get anyone out now. We can't get anybody. The window's now officially closed. Now the club in Saudi Arabia, whoever it is, have said, you know what? No, hold on a second. We're going to now bump them and say, you know what? We're going to do it on the last day because it's strategic, isn't it? They didn't do it 2-3 weeks ago. They didn't do it a month ago. They did it in this last whole week. So they're now thinking, well, we're going to put F you to Liverpool, basically, and we're going to use Mo Salah to be the leverage to get rid of him. Come on, man. Like, you can't just say, oh, just because the guy, he's got a contract offer and all that stuff, that he must go. Even £200 million is fantastic money. But listen, man, like, you can't.
And a player is never bigger than the club. A player is never bigger than the club.
I agree with you.
You can't do that.
I think Liverpool get 200 million. Mo Salah gets his money. Liverpool, I believe, this is just my opinion, they will get for with or without Mo Salah. They aren't winning the league with or without Mo Salah. They will win Europa League with or without Mo Salah. That's what I believe. Maybe I have different.
I think you're
maybe I hold Liverpool. Maybe I hold that players to the higher level than Callum.
You're really trying to
squad at the moment.
Hold on, Cass. Before you land, wait. I'm just confused, bro. You're really trying to downplay how effective and how important
Mad,
Salah
isn't
is
it?
to this Liverpool team. Like the way you're talking about him, it's like you're talking about Ben Doak, bro. Like you're talking about
No.
big boy Salah, bro. Salah
Can I-
last season didn't start off well, but he was still putting up numbers. Do you get it? He was still being effective for Liverpool. He's
Let
their
me
most
explain
important
to
player,
you.
pretty much. Him and Alisson, I'd say.
I think
The-
Mo Salah does not affect how Liverpool, like at the moment, I think Mo Salah will win you the games and everything. But I think you're equipped well enough to actually still win the games, and your forward line
Mo,
can
come
score
on.
goals.
With
Mo,
who?
come
Can
on.
score
With who?
goals.
At
With
Mohamed Salah's
Diaz.
level.
Hold on, wait. First
Not
game
not
of the
at
season.
not at Salah's level. Not at Salah's level.
First game
But
of the
you're still
season.
well equipped
This is crazy, Mo.
to
First
win
game
the
of the
games.
season. A world-class assist for Diaz to get us a draw against Chelsea. The game against Newcastle, who gets the assist for the winner? Who's been our top goal scorer for the last how many?
but you're telling me that if
2017,
Salah is
he's
not
been
there,
our
you're gonna
top
play
goal
with
scorer.
10 players. You aren't gonna play with 10 players. Why
I'm
are
not saying
people
we have to play
assuming
10
that if
players.
Mo Salah
You're
leaves,
literally
you can play with 10 players?
you're literally dismissing what Salah did last season. This is like someone coming on here
Best
right now.
player in the position.
Mo, this is literally the equivalent. This is the equivalent of someone coming on this panel right now and trying to dismiss what Rashford was doing for Man United last season.
Can I
Literally,
give
bro.
you an example?
Because Salah put up
Can I-
some serious numbers for them last season, bro.
Yeah,
and he was
brilliant.
effective.
Can I back my story then? In 2021-22, Mo Salah banged in the first half of the season. It was amazing, right? In the second half of the season, after the AFCON, he was absolutely trash. But Mane stepped up. I'm not saying that Luis Diaz is Mane's level, but Mane in the first half of the season, Liverpool fans wanted him out. They said he's not good enough to start, right? And then in the second half of the season, he stepped up. What I mean is, Liverpool are well equipped with Szoboszlai, McAllister, Diego Jota, Luis Diaz now, Gakpo, to still score goals. It might not be the same look as Mo Salah on the team, but they are well equipped to still score goals. Someone else can step up. They're not going to play with 10 men. They are very well equipped. They have a lot of talent.
If there's no more Salah of Liverpool coming to Man United, I am not scared, brother. I'll be
honest. I'll be honest.
I'll be like,
If
yeah,
Mo,
you know
if
what?
Mo
Literally.
Salah's not there, if Mo Salah's not there, I'll be so frank.
It's
None of that
I'm
Liverpool
sorry, it's
team
too,
I'm worried about. I'm really
yeah,
not.
it's
I'm
too,
not
it's
What
too
about
early.
21?
It's too
Why
early
are
to
you
be
guys
asking Luis
dismiss what
Diaz
I
to step
said?
up, bro.
No, I
Why
can
did
address
you guys
20. I can
dismiss
address
what I
21,
said?
22. I'll address it.
Can I
Second
have
half
a
of the
few
season.
pence? Can I have 2 pence on this?
Sorry.
Like, I just think if it was at the start of the window, 200 million makes sense. You can go replace that. You can go replace 2 centre backs. Joe Gomez don't get his new contract. Matic goes out the door. Go get Antonio Silva, get him out of his buyback clause or whatever, and go get Gonzalo Inacio, who they're interested in the first place. That's your defense sorted. One of them can hold bench for Van Dijk for a bit and rotate. Then you could have got Caicedo earlier or Lavia earlier, depending on what you want. And then you could have got Moussa Diaby or something before you went to Aston Villa. But this late in the window, it makes no sense. The fact is, they don't need 200 million. They've shown their hand. They got Gravenberch. They still got another 60 million in and around somewhere. That means when Mo Salah eventually goes for about 120, they're going to have about another 200 million if they get into Champions League to go again. But do you play? The thing is, the question is, and always will remain a question, do Liverpool fans, why are you eyeballing like that?
Someone said comments.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Or if someone's
Don't
being
worry about it.
personal, boot
You
him
know,
up.
you know how it is. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah. The only issue is do Liverpool fans trust FSG to the day they die to go and replace the correct position?
I don't even think that's the issue, to be fair. I genuinely don't even think that's the issue. I don't think it's got anything to do with FSG. I don't think it's got anything. And now, yeah, you can talk about them all you want, but ultimately, you just have to think about, firstly, Mo Salah cannot leave now. It literally makes zero sense. It doesn't even make zero sense. You're going into negative. That is how stupid and idiotic it would be for Liverpool to decide to get rid of a guy who you're guaranteeing in his worst season. And again, I can talk about Saka. I've said, Callum knows, I've been gone back and forward when we did copies last season, how I think Saka's world class, but I can't sit here and say that he is ultimately overall better. I think he had a much better season than Saka last season. But when you look at the numbers, you just can't argue. You're literally losing guaranteed 25 goals straight away. So you think about it, most seasons Liverpool get between 80 to 90 goals. You're automatically losing a guaranteed 20 goals
And assists.
Right?
Yep.
And so how do you then navigate around that? You're now asking, and again, yes, I always have all the flat for Klopp, but you're now asking Klopp to basically work miracles. And I don't think that that's fair for him to have to think, all right, well, I've just lost my talisman. Not only have I lost my talisman, I've got me a guy who's can bail me out of situations where I know that I'm not performing to the best of my ability. You're literally now asking the team to have to step up, who basically they haven't actually had a season where they've all played together. So you're literally asking this mishmash to come together and do everything. It don't make sense. Nothing what you're saying, Mo, makes sense. Nothing. Not one thing what you're saying makes sense. And you normally talk sense. So I don't know what's going on, bro. I think maybe Fridays don't stream, my guy.
We need to run the likes and we need to move to
He's
another
been sipping
team.
on Saturn, man.
I don't know.
People are assuming that if Mo Salah leaves, you're losing these goals, and I say that someone else will step up. They might not get the same.
We're not assuming. We've been seeing it. We've been seeing it consistently since he's been here. We're not assuming.
So hear me out. When Mo Salah didn't score that much and didn't play that well, someone else set up. People are assuming that when KDB leaves, you're losing the same amount. Maybe Szoboszlai.
What? Hold on. Hold on. What sort of sample size have you got right now for players like Szoboszlai in the league, by the way?
And
exactly, Luis Diaz in the league, by the way.
And,
so then how can you just
and Salah had none before he joined Liverpool. Wasn't scoring 30 goals in Roma. He scored 11 goals the season before.
Yeah, but
how many assists
goals?
How many
assists did he get? He was playing as a second
I
striker.
don't know the number. I don't know the number.
But Mo, in certain situations, it's not about.
I can answer that.
Yeah, but Mo, in certain situations, it's not about ifs because we've got enough evidence that Salah's been doing it, bro. You haven't got the evidence that Luis Diaz is going to do it for Liverpool right now. Do you get it?
I get what you're saying, but the answer is for what Lee said is exactly that. He's saying that if Mo Salah leaves, you're losing all these goals. You don't.
Because you are.
You normally try. No. You normally, like, when someone like Salah leaves, you don't just lose all these goals. You replace them with someone else. Like, someone else plays in that position. Might not get the same output, right? Might not get the same output, but will get some output. It's not that you're going from 25 to 0.
So then you're still losing the goals. Then you're still losing the goals.
You might go from 25. You might go.
So if you're saying
to 15.
Mo,
you're losing the goals. Then you're losing the goals.
I'm answering. You might go from 25 to 15. Let me.
No. But
you might go from 25 to
15. You've done yourself. That means you're losing the goals. That means you're losing the goals.
The reason why, Mo? Do you know the reason why Liverpool's other players get goals? It's because they're doubling up, tripling up on Mo Salah as well. Because he's now diverting traffic away from those other players, like your Luis Diaz, like your what's his name, Nunez's, like your Jotas. It doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Hey, Mo, you're killing me, man. What have you been sipping on, Mo, man? What have you got in that? What have you got in that glass? You're sipping on something serious. You got some Ray in there or something, bro.
My wife woke up.
What you're saying don't make sense.
You can go. My wife woke up because I'm screaming, I'm yelling. Anyway.
Let me move on. Just a quick touch. Wave says these Liverpool fans playing hard to get because they want to pull another Coutinho. Salah being strap padding for 3 years with nothing to show for it. Don't fund LFC. He says. Omar says Etihad rushing because Halal will go in next year. Is that the rich team of Saudi or something? I thought they're all rich. Eds says LP will have a board meeting if the bid comes in. Who's LP? Liverpool?
Yeah, I'm guessing. So.
Wave says Saudi don't buy Salah, don't fund Liverpool, and then he says Liverpool are on the downhill. Don't give them money. He really don't want Liverpool to succeed. I mean, I don't blame him. Guys, there's over 1,200 of you in here. Make sure you smash that like button, please. If you haven't done so, you know where the live chat is. You exit. You know where the fun button is. You know, if you're watching on your phone, it's somewhere underneath the screen. If it's sideways, you know exactly where it is. Appreciate that. But yeah, we're gonna move to a different team. Obviously.
Sorry. Before we move on, we have Callum here. Cass.
Yeah, I was gonna quickly say, rate Liverpool's transfer window as well. On top of that, with all your new signings, Gravenberch, because I feel like we milked Gravenberch a little bit. So I don't really want to talk on that, and we can talk about the DM situation for another half an hour if we wanted to.
Yeah. I'd give our transfer window a 6 out of 10.
Then we had a 10 out of 10 window. Then if that's the case. But all right.
Say again.
Then we had a 10 out of 10 window. If you had a 6 out of 10, just saying.
No, yeah. The reason I say 6 out of 10 is because for me, and again, I can only speak for myself. Going into the transfer window, the priorities for me was a centre back, a DM, an 8, and a right back. Out of those, we've only got 8, and it seems as though the plan from the club was to go in and try and only get 2 8s to replace Milner, the Ox, and the Naby that were leaving. When, in my opinion, before the bid for Fabinho and Henderson came in, a DM was pivotal. In my opinion, we still and I know we bought Endo.
He's not even.
I don't want to be disrespectful to him and all that, but the way I look at it is if we're having a debate between rival clubs and someone goes, "Who's your goalkeeper?" I say Alisson Becker. The conversation goes quiet very quickly. If they say, "Who's your centre back?" Virgil van Dijk. Okay, we'll debate it, but we know Virgil's is about it when he's on form. I can't use that same argument with Endo. I can't bring Endo to the table when one of my rivals got Rice or Partey, and one of my other ones got Casemiro, another one's got Caicedo. I can't bring him to the table, and I think that is going to potentially be detrimental to us. Everyone knows how much I rate Trent, but he seems as though he's fed up playing right back, and he doesn't play right back how I'd want him to play right back.
Doesn't play centre mid.
Him playing centre midfield is it's a given. I don't understand why we're so hesitant as a club to do it. For me, we should have gone out and got a right back who's defensively sound. Doesn't have to have the glitz and the glam, but just go and get a fantastic.
Hold on. So you're telling me that your right back can't defend, can he?
I'm not going to get drawn into that, Lee. Because
I don't know, because you said defensively sound. So you're right. I don't know.
I think so. The way I'd explain Trent defending is Trent defends when he wants to. That's not good enough in this game. I need a defender who enjoys defending. And that's what it is at this point. So for me, 6 out of 10, man. And everyone who knows me knows that I wanted a Salah replacement, or not a Salah replacement. I wanted a Salah understudy / competition since last summer.
Yeah. What are you saying, Lee? What's your rating again?
Really draw me out.
Quick and simple.
I would say I like all that. To be fair, I think the only one that I do really think is overrated is McAllister. I do think he's a bit overrated. So I'll go 7. I'll go 7. I think they've done good, actually. I'll be honest with you.
What about you, Mo, before I give mine?
6, because I think they needed to have a center back, because that Gomez-Matip partnership might be there at some point. They needed a 6. They got an Endo, and it's the end of the window, and they needed someone else. But that's about it. And they didn't address 2 positions, as Callum said. So that's a 6. But they got a lot of 8s, though. So they can play a formation of 4-1-6 or 5 or something like that. And
I'm giving it a 4.5. I'm going to give it a 4.5/5. And I know, hear me. I don't know why you're laughing, because I'm going to give my rating the same thing. So there you go. That's an early prediction. But look at Man United. You got it's a poor window. They left it this late, for one. 2, they haven't. It's not like they even addressed 2 positions like it's needing an understudy. These are 2 vital positions, bro. They needed a DM, the most crucial position that we say in these days, and it's the harsh reality. It's like a DM and a centre back, bro. And I'm not talking a backup type. I'm talking one for the future, starting type centre back. The 2 areas, and plus a right back. They needed all of that, because we keep complaining about Trent and we keep complaining about the defense and we keep complaining about their DM. They should have got that. So I'm gonna give it. The thing is, I like what they've sold though, so I might bump up to a 5.5. They got rid of a lot of the old guard, you could call it. So I'll give it. I'll put that up to a 5.5 overall. I feel like they needed more, man. Like to make it a 10, you need to cover every position and sell every deadwood that you need. You know how hard it is to get a 10 window. I feel like if you sold everything that you needed to and brought in whatever you needed to, that's a 10, isn't it? That's it. Like,
don't you think that because they signed Endo, he is kind of a 6? He isn't up to the level 6, but for the starting 11 to work, it can work right now with only Endo as the one that for me is below the level. Don't you think that's at least give it like a 6 or 7?
So here's the issue I have with it, and it's the same issue I've got with Trent inverting. When you give one player on the team 2 jobs, you're effectively giving every player on the team 2 jobs. So if Endo's not able to pull his weight, that means Szoboszlai and McAllister will have to drop deeper, which makes them less effective. If they're less effective from an attacking standpoint, it affects our front 3. If our front 3 don't have the ball as much and they're having to press the other team, that means they're doing more defending than attacking. We're not set up or built for a counter-attacking team. The whole idea of an invert is for the midfield to be packed out and all this, which if Endo's going to be like, if the whole idea of a sitting 6 is at 6, clears everything up so that your attacking players can flourish and know that, look, if we lose the ball here, we've got a man behind us that can bail us out if need be. Also takes pressure off the defense so they're not constantly 3 against 2 or 4 against 3. Again, we have to give him a chance because he's here now. But I'm also not going to be one of these Liverpool fans that starts rating him because he's at the club. We did not know about Endo before we signed him. I've seen him play a couple of times, and so far I've been underwhelmed, especially in the Newcastle game. I was extremely underwhelmed. Not just that, there were so many other options. We just saw Paulinho almost go to Bayern Munich. Like, he's sitting right there. You go and pay the money for Paulinho. And I don't want to hear this nonsense about, but
He's
how
28.
much money you're paying. It's tough.
How come you lot didn't look at Sangare?
Yeah,
I don't think
you know
he's
what?
that good on the
See
ball.
Sangare, yeah, I wanted him at Man United before we got Casemiro and stuff. I said that's a good option. Him going forward, you know, with Sangare going forward, yeah, he's actually amazing. You know, it's his positioning for me, bro. All that size, he don't know what to do with it, and that's what I find the issue with Sangare. He's a bit clunky as well, you know, but he's definitely better than Endo.
Right, boy. Man said
Yeah.
never a foul after dark, you know. Major pause there, my brother.
Wait, I'm confused. What?
Yeah, think about what you said still.
Yo,
Think about what you said. I ain't repeating it.
that is wild.
I said he's a bit clunky, like on the ball, like.
Yo,
No.
He did say that.
wow, yo, wild guy, man.
I wherever it is, I don't give a damn. How about that?
Yo.
How about that? You're ganging up on me. Yeah.
My man wanted young boys yesterday. Today, saying that.
Man, them
I don't think Sangare is a young boy, is he? Though?
Yo.
Yeah. Anyways,
Sorry, respectfully, the person who's sending these super chats, what team does this person?
I actually don't know. We just know him as the Wave.
The wave, innit?
He's just the Wave. He's riding at the moment. Klopp has spent 172 M's. He must win the league. And then he just
hold on. So surely Chelsea have to win the league first, then, no?
I don't do that because then I'm going to hear a flipping monologue from geezer down here. Him and Daps go hand in hand.
I'm talking about in terms of money spent. If it's money spent,
please, Cal, please.
Sorry.
We're getting to it. Yeah, trust me. You hear a monologue and a half. Enigma says Salah is not irreplaceable. He plays shit most of the times. Hardly creates or influence like Saka. That caught me off guard. He only scores most of Liverpool's front line get goals. I say sell. What is he? Are you a Liverpool fan, Enigma? Surely not.
Genuinely, Mo must be one of the most disrespected, sick footballers. It makes no sense.
I don't understand how Mo Salah.
There's so many eye test merchants. I'll tell you what it is. Everyone likes the pretty footballer. Oh, how many step overs can you do? Everyone, how many tricks and flicks can you? I don't give a monkeys about that. You think that stuff wins games? Denilson was sick at step overs and all that. Sick at step overs. What did he do?
Bro, go take a look at João Felix, man.
Adel Tarat is the best example of this.
João Felix as well. João Felix, bro. All the tricks in the world and that.
How can you like? Don't get me wrong. Aesthetically, yeah, Salah does some things that I'm like, oh, come on, you got to do better there. But what are we doing here?
That's a meme.
And this is where nostalgia is crazy, because everyone will sit there and talk about the Henrys, the Andy Coles, and all that from yesteryear. But when you watch them man play, one, the game was different, and two, let's not act like those men didn't waste chances back in the day and all that as well. Didn't do silly things on the ball. We're arguably playing in the hardest era of football right now. The hardest era, and Salah's doing what he's doing. And I'm hearing people saying he's dead. All he does is score goals.
Best player Liverpool has seen in the last 20 years for me since I watched Liverpool. Best player.
I'm gonna move it on anyways. I think Liverpool got too much airtime because we have to move on these Premier League teams. I was gonna do Leeds, but I'm gonna do Man United because I think the segue is easier. Man United's win though. Say what you gotta say. I'm waiting.
I'll be honest. I think Man United are in big trouble.
This brother says this every year. I'm convinced.
I do though. I think Man United are in big trouble. And listen, I think when you actually look at it, I think when you actually objectively, without, I know you can't do this because Man United won the trophy, but taking the trophy aside, which sounds stupid, Man United objectively didn't have a great season last season. you faltered in the league, and you
What?
didn't. Well, hold on. You didn't have a great
him finish.
league campaign. You lost how many games against the top 6 away from home? You had a great home record, and against the top 9, sorry, away from home. I look at the style of play. I look at what this manager was meant to come in and do. You got him for a specific purpose. You kept saying the reason why you've got him is because of what he did at Ajax, and he was under the Pep philosophy when he was at Bayern. You then talk about all of these other things, and you spend all of this money. And I actually do think you've regressed. Now, yes, fantastic. You won the League Cup last season. So I know what I said earlier on about taking away the League
Keep
Cup
going.
and talking about the league position. You finished
keep,
third,
Keep going.
equally with Newcastle. But I really do
Keep
think
going with everything else. Wait, I'm going, Lee. Keep going. There's more.
I do.
It's not an achievement, but keep going. Where else did we go?
You went to the FA Cup final that you lost, but
hold on.
But wait.
Lee,
I'm not going to do that because that's just, that's as annoying as when I keep thinking that when Liverpool fans keep saying we almost won the quad. You didn't win it, so let's not keep going on about it. Just talk about the cups you won, and that's it. Keep it moving.
I'll talk on this.
So I will say, logic says, just from my point of view, I think your style of play, and Kaz, I said it from the beginning of the last season. I think your manager is very, very shaky. He needs to start showing a little bit more. He needs to start understanding that this league isn't the Dutch league, isn't the Eredivisie. So he needs to do a little bit more for me.
Jack, shut the fuck
up.
These guys in a
yeah, like I'll be honest, man. Like I think Man United are in big trouble.
All right, I don't think we are. I think we've addressed good areas. Last year, I can't, most managers, don't get me wrong. I mean, it takes a while to develop your style of play. Are you going to go fix a car if you don't have all the tools and then give it to the person, say, I'll fix it? That sounds like quick fit, if anything. So I'm just going to go off like that. You can't have a style of play when you haven't got all the required tools yet. And, credit, I'll agree that some of his talent ID is very questionable. Anthony doesn't look like it's working out for me personally. Mason Mount, why did you get him when he wasn't the profile that we needed? Clear as day, he went through all pre-season. But then you go get Amrabat, who is I rate very, very highly, and I think we should have got him first. And it makes Mount a utility player in the end, and I don't mind that in the end, but I still wouldn't have signed him for even as a utility player personally. I think it's been an underwhelming window for me. I give it a 5.
Do you know what though, Kaz? Can I just say, that's
me being generous, bro.
When you talk about the whole, you haven't, basically trying to say you haven't been given all what you needed last season, and this season the same thing.
It takes time, my brother.
I heard that. No,
you haven't taken nothing into accountability that the fact that we still have players since.
I hear that, but what I'm saying though is your base level of where you started from, because I know people keep saying, "Oh, well, what about Arteta?" Firstly, we're talking about Arsenal. We're not talking about Arsenal. No. I was talking about in the chat. Some people saying, "Oh, what about Arteta?" Firstly, we're not talking about Arsenal. So when we do get to Arsenal, I'll then mention the same stuff. But we're talking about a team that where their base level was better than where Liverpool started when they were under Klopp, where Arsenal were when they started under Arteta. You've had quality players, and you have quality players. It's just that for some reason it wasn't meshing together. Now he spent money and he got Anthony. Now look, put the price tag aside. That's the guy he wanted. Whether he was 30 million, whether he was 85 or not 80, how much did he cost? 80 million, whatever. So you've bought players, you've had money to invest in your squad, and now you've got more money. So now all I'm saying to you is, I don't believe that you're going to get to a position that you need to get to and you want to. So now all I'm saying is, I don't even expect Man United to win, because I'm not going to put the same objectives of Arsenal and Man City and Chelsea, because I'm putting Chelsea in that predicament, and Liverpool as what Man United have got, because you're in this process, whether you want to admit it or not. You're in a project, you're in a process. But what I do want to see is this man who's been a manager for 5-6 years produce some results on the pitch with style of play, because he's got his players in and he's got rid of most of the players he didn't want. Now, yes, I understand you've got injuries, the Regulons and all these guys. I know I saw your stream the other day. You're not like that fussed about him, but you know that you think he's a decent player, whatever. But what I'm saying is, you can't keep using these excuses of you don't have, because no club's got everything perfectly. So I just want to see a style of play. I'm not even saying you need to win. That is how nice I'm being. I just want to see better football. I want to see you come to Arsenal and put up a better fight than what you've been doing over the last couple of seasons, where you just counter attack, and simplistic. Because this isn't a novice. This isn't a guy that's been, managing for 2 years, and that's all I've got to say on it.
Okay, Lee, can you just tell me about the window then? Now, Lee, tell me about the window now.
let
You
Kaz
want the
go.
window now? The window.
No, Mo. He's had his segment. It's my segment, yeah. His brother's had 12 months in a folded up deck chair type Manchester United, yeah, whose ownership's going through a madness, right? The ball didn't even get him his first choices, which is fair. Not everyone gets their first choices. And he's had to allude to certain things and had to change the way he's had to change. But you can talk about quality players, but let's be honest, a lot of them are, what does it show you if they're not that good? If they're not even, they haven't performed under 3-4 different managers. Goes to show that they're overrated, right? The guy got third in his first season. How many managers really do that in their first season? Did Klopp? How long did it take for Klopp to develop a style of football before he can get everything?
Yeah, but no one expected Chelsea, Liverpool to be as bad as what we were.
I brother, no one's mentioning.
Your home record was record is what saved you, bro.
Breezy. No one mentioned Chelsea. You got Pochettino, bro. You're out of the question. Anyways, what I'm trying to get across is
Liverpool's style of play was
he tried to even get that. So, anyways, you had your style of football and you tried to implement it straight up, yeah. And then, and credit, you had a Michael Edwards to go out there and so forth, and a Klopp, to be fair, that knows what he's doing, to go and get what he needed. But you remember back then the Morenos and that, they get shifted, bro. I swear you went to 2 5. I swear you lost twice in a row, like in 2 years. You started getting going in 2017 properly, no?
No, I disagree with that.
Even Pep in his first season, 12 months, tried his thing, didn't work out. But guess what? This is a different age of football. It's all systematic. Or even the smaller teams are getting better. Objectively, if you want to talk about it, if a manager reaches the FA Cup final against the best team in the world, loses, wins a Carabao Cup, actually, to be fair, we had a lot of home games. I think we got lucky to get there. Anyways, I could say he definitely overachieved to get third. But when you it doesn't matter if it's got pretty football or not. Guess what? You won. And in the end of the day, if you want to compare it to anything, we've had.
But is that sustainable though, Cass? Were you convinced with how you were playing last season, bro?
Whoa, hold on. You don't want to jump the gun, 12 months. Let me tell you now, 12 months. Yeah. Now, this is where it's the talent ID, which is where you're trying to provide a style of football. Bro, you've already jumped the gun when you ain't even seen a Hoyland prospect jump up front to see what he can even do. Rashford's had to fill in for the time. He's had a Martial injured who he thought was going to be fit for this season. Had to go out with Vegas, bro. He's had, don't get me wrong, Casemiro was in, but that wasn't his first choice. He wanted a ball player, but that's what makes me kind of confused about this season's transfer window, right? And then he's had to deal with other things like trying to get the best out of players that on the ground, because we love cussing Man United players and they're so crap. Wan-Bissaka, Dalot, all of them, man. Rashford, career was in a bin. Most of us wanted Rashford out. No,
what's that got to do with the decision making, the in-game management? What's that got to do with any of that?
That in-game management got me a Carabao Cup final, and guess what? We won it. It got me to FA Cup. We were competing on fronts with a crappy squad, and we still got to where we need. You talk about early doors, and you shouldn't judge a team 3 games in, and etc. etc. I was seeing progressive football, during pre-season until a certain couple got injured in that. Since you love to allude to that, Don. So that's what you do. You see.
Let me ask you a question then, Cass. Have you got no concerns whatsoever about Eric Ten Hag's in-game management and his decision making and his lineups?
Every manager has something where the in-game management goes a little bit wrong. But if you go look on how many times players have scored off the bench for Man United last season, the Garnachos, and go talk about that for game management then. So, anyways, let me keep going. I feel like now he's definitely.
And what's he done this season when he's been starting? Nothing.
Brother,
what's Mason Mount done in the double pivot? Nothing.
Yeah, brother.
What's he done? What's Marcus done up top? Nothing. It's like you want to take all blame away from your manager, bro. Management is poor.
I'm agreeing with Kaz.
If you go look at my tweets, you can never, and even on Never a Foul, you can never ever say that I haven't criticized my manager. The same thing you make excuses for, Don, about you got 9 injuries, but guess what? So do we. So what now then, Don? No excuses.
That's why I agree with you, Kaz.
Hypocrisy is mad with this one. Trust me.
No. Hold on. But the thing is, though, that's fine. But am I wrong for saying that? Why you play Marcus Rashford up top?
bro. Guess
You
what?
can play someone else there. You can play Jadon Sancho as a 9.
I think, look, it's
Oh,
horses.
he's really
no.
I think
Bro,
it's
he was
Sancho's
playing there in
no.
pre-season. He was playing there in pre-season.
Oh,
It's
no.
better than
He
playing. It's better
he
than
didn't-
playing. It's
he
better
didn't-
than playing Hoyland, who was injured. It's
he
better than
didn't
playing
punch it.
Martial,
No,
who
look,
can't even play anymore.
I think it's horses for courses. And look, as an Arsenal fan, again, Arteta, when his first season and a half, he had to play free at the back because he didn't get the money that the board would giving him. Now he had to slowly change the way that we're playing. So I 100% can agree with what Kaz is saying. I'm not killing this guy because of the first 12 months. What I am saying is this isn't a manager that has just walked into the management scene. So I'm now expecting and asking him. And when you talk about what my only difference with you, Kaz, is what you're saying is this guy, your manager, has spent, I believe, 450 million pounds. So he's accelerated
less than 400 million to
400
be fair.
million, okay, for 300, 900 and 390, whatever it is, I don't know. He's spent a lot of money to accelerate the transition from where they were to where he's trying to get them to. So now with that, I'm asking, can I just see some results? And we can't keep doing this whole, well, yeah, he's not had this and he's got Maguire in the team, because these are the plays that he's not relying on. So now what I need to see from him is I need to see a little bit more of a style of play. So I'm removing the fact that I'm saying pressure should be on you to win, because I can, as an Arsenal fan, objectively look at Man United and say, you're in a project. You've got a young striker. You've got a few players in your squad that are good, and you've got a few players that are not as great. So 100%, Kaz, I can agree with you. But what I'm not going to do is dissolve your manager and you and your fan base of any style of play.
Let me come back because this is about transfer window, not the manager. Yeah, have you seen this manager have a striker up front for more than 3 games this year? Yes or no? Yes or no? Easy. Have you? How many games?
No,
none. One. Martial won and Nottingham Forest. Guess what? We won that, and he had a good game, and he was getting fit again. So he's not even fit. So Hoyland, you ain't even seen a Hoyland, right? Now we've got Varane injured. Cool, whatever. Got Lindelof. I actually agree with it anyways, because Lindelof has actually been better than Varane overall the last 10 games overall. Yeah. Now he's got Amrabat. We don't want to see him. Mount's already injured, so we don't know utility. That's already down the bin. Don't matter anyways. I don't really care about that guy too much. What are we doing here? We ain't even seen his signings on the pitch yet to do anything.
But no one's jumping the gun too early, though, Cass.
No.
No one's doing that.
The last person I'm going to hear about jumping the gun is from you. Trust me, because
bro, if you go on my Twitter, bro, you literally see that I was jealous. I was jealous of Ten Hag. I was jealous of Ten Hag last season, but I'm not going to ignore the in-game management I've seen from him, bro. I'm sorry. If you wanna bury your head in the sand, you be my guest. But I'm not gonna ignore the in-game management I've been seeing.
Everyone has them issues, my guy. It's okay. We can criticize loads. We can do it. Arteta, Klopp, sometimes Pep overthinking, etc. We can do it for just about everyone, yeah. And that's all I'm gonna allude to. So whether you want to pick and choose these little things to get your battle, he hasn't even had his signing. He hasn't even had his signings on the full pitch yet as a whole team to see what it's about. So I think it's a little bit harsh to jump the gun, and yes, he has to play.
Guess what? I never said he's in trouble. Lee said he's in trouble. You guys are in trouble.
The thing is, though, if he continues playing the way he has and it hasn't worked, then we'll be calling him naive for keeping on the way he keeps playing. So now he has to resort back to another style. We all know in this panel the guy's got a style of play and knows how to implement it. Look at Ajax last year when he left, went downhill. So that's all I have to keep going on that. But anyways, talking on the window itself, I want to see something. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't want to see football. Of course I want to see football, bro. What do you think I want to be seeing counterattack for the rest of my life? Come on, man. What is this?
That's what I'm saying. I'm disappointed, Cass. You lot were telling us you're going to play possession-based football, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
It's still crap, but guess what? We still got 6 points, 3 better off than last year. And we'll see. And even against Arsenal, I don't expect a style of football. Lee wants us to come out of it and go out the woodwork thinking we can go to the Emirates and still think we can go Millie Rock on some carpet.
I didn't say that.
No, because you said you want to see something against even Arsenal, did you not? So you're going to get a counter-attack in football because guess what? That's your weakness. Anyways.
That's true, yo. I thought like that's true.
And if I'm going to say of anything, I'll give it my window personally. That's overall in terms of even getting rid of some deadwood. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10 because he's addressed some key areas and we're yet to see what it's about. That's all it is. And I think there's still much more to do.
Go ahead, Callum.
Can I just ask? Kaz, you gave it a 5 for your window and a 5 for ours.
Yes.
Just why, out of curiosity, do you think that the windows are both the same or equal? Because again, you didn't address key areas for me, as in your centre back and DM. But I also think our quality of signing isn't the greatest. But I can
I can see what he can do with it in the future personally. Do you get, if that makes sense? I still feel like we needed to get a second striker as well because I don't believe in Martial.
I would have said you needed a centre back as well, no?
Yeah, and that's another one. I still feel like we need a centre back, but it's not a mad key area to fill in right now. Like there's still first team key players for me. So I give it like a 5, even a 4.5, bro. I'll be real.
Fair dues. Fair enough.
So yeah, it's all right. But
one more question as well.
Work out in the end.
How long do you think a manager should get before you start to see a style of or an implemented style of football?
Depends on what he's been given at the time. I expect to see a style of football this year, and I think we will. But I don't think you're going to get it straight away. But I think a year and a half, like at least maximum, a year and a half maximum for me, man. I'll be real. Especially if you've been given tools. If you've been given enough tools, I need to see something personally in it.
And that's what I was going to say. I think with the tools given and with the reputation Ten Hag's come with, I think a year and a half is too much. And here's the thing. Having an identity in a type of football is very different for getting results. If you had an identity, but you weren't getting as many results as you maybe got without an identity, I think the fan base would be a lot more comfortable with it. In the same way, a lot of fans, and again, I'm not one of these fans, but a lot of fans are comfortable with Núñez, for example. I use Núñez as an example. Are comfortable with Darwin Núñez still because they see him getting the chances even though he's not scoring. So in their mind, they're going, well, he's getting the chances, he's making the chances, so he'll start scoring. For me, the money you spent, the players you already had when he got there, and his philosophy in the way he plays, and the reputation, I think by now there should have been an implemented.
But I've seen nice bits to play. I've seen even in this counter attack, even in some of our goals, I've seen what he does with overloads and stuff. So you can't say that you haven't seen absolutely nothing and it's just freestyle.
No, I never said I've not seen anything. I don't think you have a.
The thing is, I don't mind
your team play. I don't think you can sit there and go, "That's a Ten Hag team." Whereas I think you can look at a Klopp team, you can look at most other managers. Pep's Pep in it. But I think a manager who's worth their sauce and been at a club for a certain time, I think you can see a style of play and you can go,
Callum,
that's that.
Callum, yeah, listen. I know it's only 3 games in, yeah, but we obviously played you first game of the season. In that game, would you say that you saw some sort of style of play?
No, but I'm not even saying that to be shady. The reason why I wouldn't say that is because the first half we had you on the ropes, second half you had us on the ropes, but at the same time, it was difficult to judge your game because you didn't have any players really that were settled, and we didn't have any players. We fell off massively in the second half. The game I saw against Luton, even though again it's not necessarily a fair barometer to use, I could start to see things coming together. But again, Poch is in a situation where a lot of the players he's brought in are just everything's been fast tracked at Chelsea. Plus, Poch has been in the league already. Ten Hag's not been in the league previously, so I'd give Poch less time than Ten Hag because Poch has already been in the league and you've just fast tracked everything in terms of spending.
But you know what? I will say. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I need to do this super chat because they're piling up. I'm sorry. Waves is saying Arsenal Windows 3 out of 10, literally just rice. We'll come to Arsenal in a bit.
No, theirs is better, man. They got injured.
Cal, you're a funny guy, you know.
That goes down then.
Cal, we gotta go for Saka with that Salah money.
Lee, and here's the thing: me and Lee will banter all the time. Lee will tell you from years ago I've been asking for Saka. Before he signed a new contract, I've wanted Saka at Liverpool, but I know that's not going to happen. It's unrealistic.
Yeah, that's
but if there was a chance, there's a chance. Try know it's happening, and I'm at least.
Diva's saying Lee. He's addressing Lee. Eric Ten Hag United got 75 points, more than any team in the last 5 seasons in the Premier League to finish 3rd. Oli got 74 points to finish 2nd. Let's stop.
No 2 seasons are ever the same. So the points tally for that season doesn't really matter because look how far they finished away from the top or the 2nd position. I think it was 10 points or whatever it was. And you also think we dropped off. That's the other point. And the last thing I'm going to say,
he also dropped off.
Is Man United weren't great. There's no problem with saying that. Fantastic, they got elite and they finished 3rd. But let's not lie. Like it's fine to say that they weren't great. The league wasn't great last season because Arsenal walked it and nobody thought Arsenal was going to do so well. So why can't we say that? It's either Arsenal had a good season, but it was lucky because everyone else was good, or it's the other side. Which one do you want? Are Arsenal a good team, or was the league really easy?
Enigma saying how much time Salah look up in the air because he loses the ball or a bad pass. too much. He's just a striker, not even a real winger. Someone
Crazy
really wants
take.
Salah sold. Someone really wants Salah sold. Waves is still Chelsea become the used team. Scary days ahead, not according
Oh,
to Don. my
now he's on
friend.
to Chelsea. He got bored of Liverpool.
Dan Watson is saying Chelsea, Don's pipping up, glorified Crystal Palace.
100%. And
Love for the super chat, my bro.
IC3 team, fam.
Waves
See who
again.
finishes higher in it.
I can't see Chelsea above 10th with that under 23s team. Come
Mo,
on.
I love this. I love this. I love this. Yo,
By the
I love
way.
it. I love it because we revisit all of these super chats. Don't worry.
Waves again saying Qatar to buy United and hire Zidane. Believe
Oh,
that.
God forbid, man. Allow it.
Dan Watson again with another super chat saying the players we had with when Ten Hag got there, the same players predicted to finish nowhere near the top 4. We have players from Van Gaal still here. Yeah, that's true.
You know, and even last year playing that squad. Remember, we playing a game every 3 days for ages as well. Never taken into accountability, is it? You know what I mean?
Michael Ramsey saying Klopp isn't that foolish to ever buy rubbish Saka. What? Rubbish Saka. Come on. No. That's not a real super chat, is it? That's not real. I'm not reading that.
Bro, just take off the screen, man.
Anyway, thank you, people, for the super chats. Keep them coming. So we're gonna try to
Let's
debate them.
talk on Chelsea. So let's talk on Chelsea. I'm
Can I
not
go
even gonna
first?
done. Yeah, of course you can. Let's
I'm
talk
probably
about
going
the
to surprise a few people here. I actually think Chelsea are going to do a lot better than what people think. I don't think they'll win the league. With the amount of money they spent, they should be challenging for the league, but they won't. But I actually do think they'll do a lot better than a lot of people think. I think they've been relatively smart in how they've approached the market in terms of they're not just going for name brand players, they're going, and it seems as though they're doing research on the younger players and they're trying to future proof something they've never done before. So I think that'll take a little bit of time to implement, but I think they've got one of the best managers in the world to implement a style of play amongst young players. The worry I have the hope I have for Chelsea, I say, as a Liverpool fan, is that it all goes tits up because players are going there for the money rather than for the love of it. And you say, yeah, you'll get mercenaries that will do well, but you'll also get players who will mess about and not hit the heights that they should hit because.
Well, you think that or you hope that? You think that or you hope that's what's going to happen?
No, I think that will happen with some of the players. Not all the players, but some of the players it will happen with. I think some of the players, as all clubs do and fans do, you'll overrate some of your players, and I think that will come to fruition as well. I think you'll have a very solid season, but I don't think you'll challenge for the league. I'll be very surprised if you do. And I think it's going to take maybe a year or two before you start seeing the best out of Chelsea. But it depends whether Bowley's going to have that patience to allow that to happen.
You know what it is? They don't have enough goals in that lineup, in that top. That's why I don't think they get no top 4 in it. Don thinks they're getting 3rd or 4th, but there's not enough goals.
I still think we're going to get 3rd.
There's not enough goals in that lineup.
I've gone on record saying
how can you say that? Okay, right now as it is, yeah, it's a big question, but it's been 3 games, Cass. It's been 3 games, and so far Jackson's got 1 in 3. So
is that it?
Well, he's been a problem up there. He's been a problem up there. So we just have to wait and see. You're trying to write off players without after watching them for 3 games.
I'm giving you the same energy you done for my club, so I'm gonna do it for the same for yours. There's not enough.
Who did I write off in your team?
Bro,
I said your manager's playing players in the wrong position, and you got all sensitive about it.
No, you've got no one in your lineup that's going to give you probably 13, 15 plus goals consistent out of all of them. Not even a midfielder.
We don't know that about Jackson yet. We don't know if like I said,
the whole thing. You don't know. It's a big myth.
But you're saying it's a defining thing. You're saying it's a defining thing right now. You don't know that yet. You don't know. We have to wait and see. When we play at least 10 games, we'll have a clearer indication to see what guys like Jackson can do in it. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is why it's a big thing that we go get Tony in January. And I know that's something that's definitely part of the plans right now. We definitely want to go in for Tony in January. Obviously, guys aren't gonna rate what's his name, Cole Palmer right now. But bro, I watch a lot of Man City, and Cole Palmer doesn't really play in the Prem, but he plays in other competitions. Do you know what I'm saying? How many times have we banged on about City have 2 teams? Cole Palmer's part of that front line of that second team. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I believe he can add a little bit more firepower to that attack. People might look at him and say he's only 21 and this, that. But in front of goal, if the ball's going to land to someone, I want it to land to Cole Palmer and Sunkuku. you get it? I reckon right now with this team that we're building, there'll be goals all over in it. Sterling, hopefully, he carries on playing the way he's playing. He can add goals. Jackson, a little bit more confidence and composure in front of goal. He can add goals. We've got Nkuku coming back. We've got Madueke. He can maybe chip in. You don't know. But like I said, Cole Palmer, when he gets in front of goal, that guy's got a very good finish. So I reckon he can add a few more goals as well.
I just don't believe in that. I don't think if Sterling continues on the right anyways, I don't think he gets you 10 goals. He gets you 10 assists though. But I think he's always been close to the figure of 10. Jackson is an unknown entity. I think he's a good player anyways, but you know, like you are playing one game a week as well. And I don't think it's always going to work. Cole Palmer, he's not even scored a Premier League goal yet. And again, it's just all potential FC. I'm not going to say
so you're telling me that Cole Palmer hasn't got a lovely bend on him. Let's not act like, hold on. Let's not act like this guy didn't just score the other day in the Super Cup.
Jadon Sancho, yeah. Jadon Sancho also has a nice finish. But guess what? We don't know anything about what he's going to do this season either. Yeah.
Come on, we're not. How are you trying to compare Cole Palmer to Jadon Sancho, brother? Even Jadon Sancho to Cole Palmer, don't disrespect him like that, bro.
This is what I mean, brother. Like, this is what I'm saying.
Cole Palmer has stepped. Hold on, Cass. Hold on.
I'm not even
this is a Chelsea segment. This is a Chelsea segment. Don't link him back to Jadon. Don't link him back to your club.
Wait. I'm not even trying to overrate Sancho or go on like that.
Linking it back to your club. We're talking about Cole Palmer.
You're just on potential FC, bro.
Bro, I'm not on potential. Callum, this is what they do. If I talk about the players that we're bringing in, yeah? Hold on, Callum. I've made a point here, yeah? I've said it from day one. Ideally, yes, you want a lot more experience in the team because you want players that are proven and players that have got a record. Ideally, that's what you want, yeah? I've asked multiple people, tell me who all these experienced players are that we can go and get realistically right now in the market. Because if you want to do career mode, I can go do career mode. Hold on. I can do career mode. I can go get players like Liao. He's young. I can go get players like. Hold on. Let me finish, Cass. Let me land. Yeah. I can go get players like Liao. Is he realistic, Callum? I can go get players like KK at Napoli. Is he realistic? Is it realistic to go get Rodrigo or Vinicius?
Why it's not realistic, Don?
What do you mean why is it not realistic? What do you mean why is it not realistic? Because first of all, Liao just signed a new contract, and we're not going to get him for what? Yeah, for anything less than 130, 40 million.
Okay, so hold on.
And it's so funny because the price that we'll get these players for.
So did Tonali. I'm just going to respond to him. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to go monologue. So did Tonali, and Newcastle got him with the right amount.
So you're telling me that it's realistic for Chelsea to go get Rafael Leao, the guy that just signed a new contract?
No,
you haven't been talking a lot of realistic things today, so I'm gonna ignore you for now. But anyway, back to you, Cass. As I was saying, yeah.
Hold on.
No, because you're waffling, bro. You're waffling.
Completely wrong.
Let me land.
Callum, can you hear what I'm saying? Mo's really trying to question me and really trying to say right now we can go get a player like Rafael Leao in this market.
£100 million. Milan selling him 100%.
Bro, he just signed a new contract. What are you waffling about? What are you talking about?
I told you. Tonali signed the same contract.
What's this guy talking about? Mo, because I don't know what you've been sipping, bro. You've been sipping some Ray or something, fam.
So in terms of the four players that you mentioned, in terms of Liao, Crava, Rodrigo, Vinicius, they're not realistic, but they're probably not realistic for anyone. But I do think you could have gone in the market and bought more experienced players, of course, across the team, because I think you have to have a blend. I don't think you've done that. So I think you're banking on. You've taken a very much a scattergun approach. How many players have you signed? Something like what?
I wouldn't call it a scattergun approach. I definitely wouldn't call it a scattergun approach.
27 players.
Last year was scattergun when Todd Bowley was doing the recruitment.
This summer, how many players have you signed this summer?
Bro, I don't know the number, bro. I'll be real with you, bro.
So exactly, you don't know the number.
We've signed a lot of man.
The way I think enough fingers on the hand.
The way I think you guys are looking at it, if you sign, let's say you signed 12 players, you're banking on at least 6 of those coming good. Not all 12 are going to come good. So you're banking on 6 of those coming good, and then hopefully they will slot into the team, and then you go from there. But it's definitely a scattergun approach. You've effectively...
It's not scattergun. I wouldn't call it that.
No, it is, because you've effectively moved from selling youth players to buying young players, keeping them for maybe a couple of years.
Yeah, but scattergun sounds reckless though, Callum.
No, it has been reckless.
It has been reckless.
It hasn't. Bro, it hasn't. Hold on.
It's reckless, bro.
So wait, no. I agree with you when you say scattergun. Last year was scattergun. Todd Bowley was just buying anyone. He went from Rafinha to Koundé to Aubameyang to Koulibaly, just going out and going for anyone. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? But this year, bro, like you've said, we've actually got a proper structure now, and these guys are buying a certain profile of player that they believe can come in and fit in the style that we're trying to implement right now. Players like Badia Shield are comfortable on the ball. Enzo, for example, technical players, Casado, Lavia, all these guys are all comfortable on the ball, bro. So you can't call it scattergun. These are guys that they've actually looked at and said they are going to fit our system right now. We need to bring them in. And let's not act like our team hasn't been flipped. We had to bring these guys in, bro. Do you get it? But what I'm saying is we're buying young players with a lot of quality and a lot of potential that some of them we've already seen in the league. I know it hasn't been a large sample size, but you wanted Casado. You literally banged on your chest because you thought you were getting Casado. He's in our midfield. We've got Lavia that your club will chase him for how long? He's now in our midfield. We've got Enzo Fernandez, a World Cup winner, and he won the Young Player of the Tournament in our midfield. He's been balling out, arguably one of the. Right now, he's performing at a high level, and everyone can see that. Right? We've got Jackson. Everyone's bigging him up. These are all young players, but they are young players with quality. Right, and if you look at our team, let me finish. Hold on, let me finish.
You know what? All these players, it doesn't actually mean nothing. I just want to know, like,
we signed McAllister World Cup winner. We signed,
but these aren't just any young players that you're talking about.
Cool. So with this young squad you've got, and all these young players you brought in at literally about 20 players. And where do you think you're going to finish, and where do you kind of expect to finish? Because you're hot. Okay, now where do you hope to finish, and where do you expect?
I still think we'll finish third. I think we've got the depth. I think we've got the depth. I think Man United haven't got the depth in quality. When you look at their centre backs that are going to come in if they get Varane injured, for example, they've got Reguilon that these lot don't want. Cass preferred Cucurella, and he keeps calling him Cucurella and Reguilon's worse than him. Yeah, that's what he keeps calling him. Yeah, do you get it? I'm looking at Liverpool. They haven't got a DM. I'm looking at Liverpool right now. They ain't got a DM. They've got Endo, and they're going to have to try to teach Gravenberch that position. And the centre backs have got Joe Gomez and Matip that these are all complaining about.
This is what I mean. I can't lie, Don. You're moving like your shit's hot, and it's not, fam. I'm talking Chelsea.
And that's fine, bro. Hold on. But that's fine, though. But the thing is, though, that's what I'm saying.
You're talking on experience. Respect to Liverpool, bro. Like, I'm going to cuss Liverpool because I'm a Man United.
Did anyone hear me say anything about the 11? Did anyone hear me say anything about the 11?
You specifically said about you finishing third. You said about Liverpool and this, that they ain't got the defense. Bro, they got players that have been there.
He's not out.
They ain't got the depth, bro. Injuries happen.
They've been there and they've done it. They've got a lot of those players in the squad. And guess what? They're not just in one. You've got youth. Your captain is injured, brother. Your other captain is injury prone too. Yeah, so let's keep going on this. Yeah, you talk about Man United, but guess what? We still got Champions League winners. As much as you might win, I don't even Thiago Silva and all that, but at least we got experience to still get us over the line.
Didn't listen to what I said.
You got goals everywhere, yeah, and you still think you're finishing third, yeah, because we got goals.
They finished top 4, by the way.
The thing is, yeah, I don't think Chelsea.
You clearly didn't listen to a word that I said. I didn't get onto 11 once. Either of you.
You said you think. No, I'm not saying about you getting onto the 11, but I'm getting onto your 11. So what I'm trying to get across is, yeah, you talk about Nkunku coming back and that we got injuries, but you haven't used the same thing for you. You said you've got Nkunku coming back, this player coming back, but Man United, they've got injuries and they got regular Don.
But the difference is, I'm happy with the guys that are here now. I'm happy with the guys that are here now without Nkunku. I'm happy with the guys that are here without Nkunku. Can you say the same?
You can't sit here, bro. I'm actually happy with my 11 at this moment of time. I don't mind it. I really actually, honest to God, I do not mind it, yeah, because I know it will get us through for our patches because we've done it before and we'll do it again, yeah. Even with Amrabat, I think he changes a lot. No,
so hold on.
What I'm watching.
Don, you. So I just because I wasn't even paying attention. You think you're going to finish above Liverpool? I just realised.
Yeah, I think we'll finish above Liverpool, and I think we'll finish above Man United.
But you don't think that Liverpool are better squads? They're literally. So you don't think that Liverpool are a better squad than you?
I think Liverpool, in terms of their 11, they're sort of closer to winning, but they've got too many holes, man. They've got too many holes. They still haven't got a DM, bro. And like I said, their centre backs is peak. Do you get it? Van Dijk's not looking like the same player that he is, and when he's not available, they've got Joe Gomez. They've got Joe. Okay, he's been brilliant this season, but what I'm saying is Van Dijk is on the downward spiral. It's not going to get any better than what we've seen before. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, he can play at a stable level. Hold on, Callum. Hold on, Callum. Let me finish. Yeah, but bro, Thiago Silva's still performing at a world-class level. Let's not.
Do you think he's better than Van Dijk?
Right now he is, yes, 100%, bro. This is what I'm saying. You lot aren't watching Chelsea closely, bro, because there's no way that you're telling me right now Van Dijk is better than Thiago Silva. There's no way.
Levi Cole. Okay, hold on. So you think? Hold on. So
there's no way that you're telling me that. There's no way.
Better than Konate. You think Levi Cole was better than Konate?
This is getting
Wait,
ridiculous.
hold on.
This is getting
Levi
so
Cole. Why are you comparing Levi Cole and Konate?
No, I'm just doing centre back. So you said,
And the thing is, I'm not getting onto the 11. I didn't speak about Konate. I didn't speak about
You
Van
just said
Dijk.
we have holes.
I
You just said we have holes.
specifically spoke about their depth because Konate we know is injury prone, yeah. And like I said, you know, with what's his name, Van Dijk as well. Let's say he comes out, they've got Matip in reserve, they've got Joe Gomez in reserve. They still. I'm not saying he's injury prone, bro, but I'm saying for whatever reason, right now he's suspended, for example. Let's say he does get injured for whatever reason, you're gonna have to depend on players that aren't good enough right now. And like I said, I'm looking at your midfield. You still haven't got a DM. Gravenberch, yes, you lot are saying he's an 8. You know, he might come in. I'm hearing he might get coached to become a 6. Endo Mo has literally told me on this stream he's not a DM. So I'm looking at that. You still haven't got a DM. You might have all the goals in the world, but if you can't keep the ball out the net on the other side, you'll be drawing and losing games and scraping wins here and there. I don't think that's sustainable. Man United, I'm looking at you as well. You haven't got the depth, bro, in quality. So I'm looking at our team right now. As long as
rich, man.
even though Nkuku's not here, hold on. Even though Nkuku's not here, I think that we've got more tools and there's more weapons that Poch can use in comparison to United and in comparison to Liverpool. I've got nothing to say about your 11 because I think Ten Hag can pick a really strong 11. Same thing with Liverpool. But injuries happen, and I think that your squad has a lack of quality and depth. Both of
Can
you.
I ask you? No,
Sorry,
I
cut
can't lie. This Gary Glitter under 12 situation that he's got going down under there, bro. It's moving nuts.
And I love that energy, bro. We'll talk at the end of the season. That's what I'm going to say, innit? We'll talk at the end of the season.
You talk about injuries and holes. Fair enough, yeah. Who's your backup goalkeeper?
We bought Petrovic, and he's apparently supposed to be good. We'll see what happens there, innit?
Supposed to be. All right.
But
Thiago Silva gets injured. Who comes in at centre back?
Well, as it stands, we've still got Chalobah. We've got Disasi. Chalobah and Disasi. Yeah, those two.
The same thing you said about Virgil. Thiago Silva could get a suspension or an injury. So
and he has to play the back 5 as
we've
well.
We've got adequate guys in reserve though. I'm not comfortable with Gomez playing in my 11. I'm comfortable with Badia Shield. Badia Shield's there as well.
No, Badia Shield's injured, right?
No, he's on the way back. He's literally round the corner from coming back.
But he's not back yet though. So
he's in partial training. He's
not back then. So if Thiago Silva gets injured, who are you bringing in for him?
We've got Disasi right now. We've got Chalobah.
Is Disasi better than Matip or Gomez?
French
he's not.
Listen. I'm not going to rave about Disasi, but I know there's better players to come back.
Axel disaster.
You haven't got that option.
No, but straight away, I've just picked at 2 of your players that could potentially get injured or suspended. In terms of you saying we might score goals, but we might not keep them out. Yeah, you might be right on that. But the same way, I can say you might keep goals out, but you might not score enough either.
I hear you.
So we've got a better chance potentially of winning more games by outscoring teams than you by not scoring enough goals.
Yeah, but I still look at my team and I look at the quality of players that we're bringing in and how I'm seeing them playing on the pitch right now. And I honestly think I've seen enough from some of these guys. Jackson's gonna bag a lot more goals than what we've seen so far, in my opinion. He just needs to get a little bit more composure. Do you get it? Like he's finding himself in the right positions. So you know I think we're gonna score enough goals to finish third, innit? In my opinion. I'm not saying that doesn't mean we're gonna finish first. I think we're gonna finish third, innit?
So who's gonna get your goals then?
Yeah,
I think everyone will chip in. I think Nkuku will get goals. I think Cole Palmer will get goals.
January.
Yeah, but it's still he'll still be playing for more than half a season.
That's
we're talking about the whole season, aren't we?
No, but Nkunku's got to come back, get match sharpness, and then start scoring. It's not just a click of the finger situation.
I hear that. But like I said, he's gonna have to click back into it when he's back.
So between now and January, who's scoring the goals then?
Right now, I'm looking at players like Jackson. I'm looking at Sterling. I'm looking at Cole Palmer. All these guys all need to chip in. I'm looking at our midfield.
A history of scoring goals at all, though.
In the Premier League, it doesn't. But I've seen him finish a lot of good chances.
Time again. He doesn't have a history.
Sorry, guys. Don,
that's only because he hasn't got the game time.
Don, you keep saying I'm looking at them to chip in. Do you think they're gonna chip in enough goals?
I do. I do think they will.
I think the problem that you've got, Don, the only thing I'll say is I think you've got a lot of hoping and wishing, and I think what you're doing is
I've just said I think they'll score these goals.
Yeah, no. So where is with, as I said that one of my points with Liverpool. You're guaranteed goals with Luis Diaz, with Nunes, with Jota, with Salah, with the likes of Szoboszlai. Now he looks like he can chip in with the penalties that they're going to get with McAllister. they're guaranteed more or less. With your team, it's very much wishy-washy, hoping on a prayer. You can't
hear that.
rely. You can't rely. You cannot. I'm physically telling you, you're not doing it. You can't tell me you're hoping on Palmer to get goals, because how many goals has he got previously? You can't do this. He hasn't got a back catalogue for you to rely on him.
Not in the Prem, because he hasn't got enough game time. Bro.
Okay,
That's all it is. I've seen him score in other competitions. I've seen him score in other competitions.
Don. You're proving my point. You literally just said he's not done it in the Premier League. So now let's hope the same way how everybody does. This is what we know, because the Premier League is a different beast to all these other competitions. So let's not put Palmer in a position this right now. You're then looking at Jackson. Now, look,
sorry, we're not dismissing Cole Palmer. This is what you guys do.
No.
When I talk about these young players,
Just wait.
You just dismiss them. Dismiss them. That's what you do.
How many goals has Cole Palmer scored in his career?
Yeah, please. Yeah, tell me.
Bro, he hasn't. I know he hasn't scored any goals in the Prem, but Cass, you can bring it up. I know he scored goals in other competitions. He just scored a goal against you lot. Who's Arsenal? No, Arsenal. He scored against Arsenal in the.
So you're asking.
No.
He
scored against Sevilla as well.
No, he scored in his career, all his career, or his senior career. He scored 6 goals.
Don, come on.
And how many consistent starts has he had in the Premier League?
None. What we're saying to you is we're not dismissing him as a crap player. But what I'm saying is your words. You just said you're looking at this guy to get you goals. Now what we're trying to say to you is the logic says you can't, because he's not done it. So now you're going to expect him to get 7.
But he has done it.
But Don, he hasn't.
Bro, he's got the quality to do it. This is what you're not understanding. This is what you're not understanding.
What we're trying to say, Don. Don, what we're trying to say is you're hoping.
No, I'm gonna ask one question.
This ain't me. Hold on. This is like me. This ain't me hoping for someone like Mudryk that I haven't seen it at all, bro. I've seen Cole Palmer finish these chances, and like I've said, I've specifically said, hold on. Let me land, bro. Cole Palmer Lee had Bernardo Silva in front of him. He had Grealish on the other side in front of him. He had Mahrez in front of him, and these guys don't even start. Foden in front of him. Yeah, the guy barely got any consistent game time. But like I've said, I've seen Cole Palmer in numerous positions in a Man City team and bury some difficult chances. So when I want the ball to land to anyone on the pitch, him and Cuckoo are the two that I look at, because he's got quality finish, bro. That's it.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm not saying the whole team's gonna bag all these goals. I'm talking about him. I think he's a quality finisher.
Just how many goals do you reckon Anthony will get by the end of the season?
Are you asking me?
All competitions?
No, they're done.
I'll probably say all comps. How many did you get last year, Cass?
I know. I asked you a question. What do you think?
He's asking you, bro.
I'm trying to think, bro.
Don't go on your phone.
I'll probably say 6.
6. Do you not look at Anthony and think from a technical standpoint, he's got the quality, but just having the quality is not enough?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right now, I'm not taking Anthony over. What's his name? Cole Palmer. I'm not.
No, but you're missing the point of the question. You're saying you think Cole Palmer's got the quality to do it.
Yeah.
Most football players have the quality to do it. Darwin Núñez last season had the quality to score a certain amount of goals, but implementing it and doing it are two different things. So even though he might have the quality to do it, is he going to know when to arrive in certain positions? Is he going to know when to make the certain runs? Is he going to have that longevity and that stamina to last a 90-minute game when he barely does it now?
We'll have to see.
So at the moment, so that's hence why I say you right now don't have enough goals in your team, because everyone in that front line is unproven apart from Sterling, and Sterling gets goals when he has a creative force on the other side of him, and he doesn't have that right now.
That's my point, Don. What we're trying to say to you is you believe in these players. Fine, fantastic. I think Saka's world class. People call me deluded, but what we're saying is your players need to go out there and prove it. You can't say that you're going to get more goals than you haven't even got more goals than Man United. I can tell you. So I believe more in Sancho, Anthony, Højlund, Bruno Fernandes, who will get more goals than all of your strikers, probably because of what he does, and Rashford. Then
Casemiro, bro.
Jackson.
That's fine.
and again, that's my point, though. No one's saying these players are crap. They're not. They're clearly not crap because they play for Chelsea and you're one of the biggest clubs in the world and you've got all of these young players. No one's saying they're crap. But what we're not going to allow you to do. Well, I'm not going to allow you. I don't know about anyone else. I'm not going to allow you to sit here and do this whole I'm hoping and wishing and a prayer, and then you're just saying, yeah,
I didn't say I hope. I didn't say I hope. I didn't say I hope. I said I'm talking about individuals right now. But hold on though, bro. I get what you're saying, but right now we're talking about the quality of these players, and I'm telling you about certain men that I believe have quality finishing. Cole Palmer's one of them.
Look at that stat.
Cole Palmer is one of them.
Cole Palmer has no goals and 1 assist in 19 games, and now what you're asking him to do is to, well, not even double, triple, or quadruple that. You're asking him to get 10, 11, 6, 7. This is what you're asking this guy to do.
I'm not asking us to depend on him. I'm asking him to bury more. I said Cole Palmer. I said Cole Palmer's definitely going to add some firepower to our attack, is what I said. Because when I've seen him get chances, he finishes them well, bro, very well.
Bro, he's only scored.
You can, bro. That's fine, but what I've said is how many games has this guy consistently played in the league? How many starts has he even had in the league? How many starts has Cole Palmer had in the league?
That's the whole point.
He plays for Man City, bro. What are we talking about here?
The whole point. He has for Man City experience to go and do it. There's no evidence that he's
okay. There is evidence because you clearly haven't been watching Cole Palmer. Then you clearly haven't been watching Cole Palmer.
I wish Daps was not ill and on this stream because he would tell you himself, bruv. I swear.
Okay, guys.
Anyway, that's fine, innit? That's fine.
Sorry. They're piling up, and I need to do the super chats to respect the people that are doing them. Waves is saying, I've seen enough to know this under 23 don't work. Thank you, Waves. That's what we're saying, but Don is saying otherwise. Show Chelsea transfer. It's not looking good, bruv.
Well, that's fine, man. I want you to keep dismissing us, man. We'll talk at the end of the season. Trust me.
No, you're not getting our point. Liao has 150 million release clause, and I'm telling you, 100 million pounds, and Milan will just bend right away.
Okay, but you're the one that's complaining about how much money Chelsea is spending. But you want us to go spend 100 million like that? Let's not do that.
You're about to spend 80 million in Tony. That is suspended.
And you don't like when we do things like that, Mo. So why should we go now and spend 100 million? You don't like when Chelsea do things like that.
I don't. That has nothing to do with you. What you're doing. That has not me not liking.
No. But you don't agree with it. But you're saying that we should go and do it. That doesn't make sense.
Because you say to go and do it for the quality of the player.
Yeah,
you spend how much?
Mo doesn't like the amount of money that Chelsea spends.
I don't like the amount of money. Like, okay,
but now he's telling us to go spend that type of money.
Over a sustained period, the overall amount you spend in a short period of time is kind of.
Today, bruv. You lot are trying it.
Okay, Waves is saying top 3 with kids. You have no balance in the team. Your defense is crap. You'll be lucky if 2 of them come good in 4 years. You're living the dreamland. You're living in dreamland. Thank you, Waves, for all these super chats. He's addressing you, Don. Tonali's Clinton Mark is saying Tonali signed the contract extension, and it took only 60 million to get him. With all the hype, captain talk, Italian roots, and he was still solid. So Liao is a possible transfer. That's what he's saying.
Bro, we're not getting no Liao for less than 120, 130. It's not going to happen.
Anyway, see now, we'll never know. We'll never know. Waves is saying I'm hitting Palmer prop, and yes, I watched him. I don't know where you watched him because he hasn't played enough minutes for me to watch him play. Finish above Liverpool. You can be a fan, but not deluded. Another one for you.
That's just my opinion, bro. From what I've seen,
Waves is saying Palmer in that Super Cup game was crap, did nothing, and his goal was a missed pass to Haaland. City mugged you for a kid with 0 Prem goals. He has talent, though. I disagree with that. He has a lot of talent. Please stop saying Palmer with a straight face.
Let him keep going.
He's on you, bro. Thank you, Waves. Super Chats. DJ saying if Don say that Chelsea will finish 6th, you would cook him. He's holding the Chelsea team to account, put them 3rd, and you're still getting onto him.
What it is, yeah, man want me to put my team down because last year we finished 12th, and I've been saying that Chelsea's team's going to be completely different. I can't believe in the quality that we've got right now, and I can't believe that these players will cook a little something. It's not right for me to do that, innit? I don't watch enough of these guys to know that, innit? Doesn't make sense, bro. everything I say gets dismissed, innit? So it's cool. Come into the season, we'll see.
I can't wait to play your team. I'll be honest.
DJ saying, aren't Liverpool and United supposed to be rivals? Yet Cass is jumping up and down, teaming up, ganging up on Chelsea. Don gave his opinion and gets killed for it. Well,
it's like I've given my opinion and I've given my reasoning behind it, and it gets shut down. Like there's no way Chelsea can finish third. How can you finish third?
He does this thing.
I'll be honest, though, Don, the problem is even Boris Johnson's got an opinion, but it doesn't make sense, my guy.
Let me finish this, Don. Waves the same top. Chelsea, no, it's 5-year process. Don is high. Another one.
We don't do no phases.
Roman Waves is saying Roman Abramovich is having a stroke right now.
Come on,
Lee, Micah Jackson's Lee laughs is killing me. I cannot lie. Thank you, Micah. And then Micah just says, can the Premier League win all 3 European comps this season? Might be.
Very possible.
It's a possibility. Very possible. To be
I'll say no.
Waves is saying, what quality Don assess your team, brother? He has been. So we're not going.
First of all,
we're not going through this again.
We've got. Hold on, let me just say something. Yeah, when you talk about quality, we've got a better midfield than Liverpool's, and we've got a better midfield than Man United.
I can't lie. Yeah, your team's got a lot to prove, mate.
Can I say something, Don?
Casado elevates all of us.
I'm gonna speak for the people here. I'm gonna have like listen. I'm gonna speak for all of us. For what we're saying is that we're not dismissing the talent and the potential you're having. What we're saying, if these guys deliver this season, it's a surprise, and that means it's based on hope. That's all what we're saying.
It won't be a surprise.
We're not
to me.
dismissing them.
Hold on, Mo. Let me just tell you something. If it does happen, no. I'm not gonna say anything long, yeah. If it does happen, Mo, it's not a surprise for me because I've been speaking about it. So don't try. If it does happen, don't try to tell me, oh, everyone's surprised because I've been speaking on these players.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I want to just finish. I'm sorry.
Can you name me all your midfielders?
We've got Casado, Lavia, Enzo Fernandez. You got Leslie Ogochoku, Conor Gallagher. You got Carney Chukwuemeka. Matson can play in the 10. Yeah, you got 10 there.
So
Cole Palmer can play in the 10 as well.
Let's not do that.
But that's what he's literally been brought in for, to play 10 and on the right. Literally.
Right, so you just flippantly said that you've got a better midfield than us. I would say you've got a better player in the 6 than us. I'd say everywhere else, in terms of depth, we've got better depth than you in midfield.
What depth have you got in midfield?
So Bosley, Thiago.
You haven't even got a DM.
Let me land. So Bosley, Thiago walks into your team. So Bosley starts.
How often is this guy fit?
So all right, who's your 8s then? If you're playing 3, who's your 8s?
It could be Casado and Enzo, and then you can play Lavia in the 6.
That's crazy.
Vice versa.
That's so creative.
So my point is that
two of our midfielders you guys wanted, by the way. So let's not do
2 of
that.
them, but we didn't get them. So whoop-de-doo. Like, so Bosley walks into your midfield as an 8 then?
No, he doesn't. For who?
He does. Yes, he does.
For who?
It would be
He's not, bro. He's not starting ahead of Enzo, and I'm not starting him ahead of Casado, bro.
As an 8, as an 8, he starts in your midfield. McAllister is an 8, starts in your midfield.
Yeah, McAllister's definitely better than Enzo. Play better.
What are we doing?
No. I'm not starting any of them. I'm not starting any of your midfielders ahead of mine. I can't lie.
When it comes, no, you might not want to, but when
you might want that for your system.
No. When it comes to a 6, yeah, obviously we don't even have a 6 that we can put on the table. But when it comes to 8s, let's not even try and do that.
Let's not try and dismiss Enzo Fernandez, bro.
I'm not trying to dismiss him. I'm saying those 2 players start as an 8 in your team. You take let's do the depth thing that you've done to me. Take out Enzo or take out Caicedo as an 8. Who's coming in?
You've got Carney there. Like I said, you've got Carney can come in. Carney can come. Carney can come in.
Chukwuemeka.
Is he better than Thiago or Jones?
And
is he better than Thiago or Jones?
Hold on, but this is depth. Hold on, you tell me about your depth. Why are you talking about the 11? Tell me about the depth, bro.
I'm talking to you about my depth. I just said, is he better than Thiago Jones? No.
That's
my depth.
He's not even better than Gravenberch. How about
when is Thiago ever available, bro?
How often is he available?
All right, so let's not even talk about him.
Thiago off the table then.
Let's not talk about him.
Gravenberch or Jones. What's he saying?
We've got Nkuku there that can play in that 10. If we want to go to a 4-2-3-1,
I'm not talking about your 10s. I'm not. No,
Who
don't
you
change
talking about then?
formation. No,
You got-
don't do. No,
We're
don't change
flexible
formation.
now. We're flexible now. We've got a
can be
range of
flexible
players.
as well.
We're flexible
In a
now.
10, in 10, if we're talking about 10s and then Kunku and Sabozlai, we all know what the situation is there again.
Yeah, but bro, you're trying to nitpick right now. I'm not changing my.
nitpicking.
I'm not
You
changing. But hold on.
You
I'm not.
said
Let me
you've
just
got a
say
better
something.
midfield than us,
Because we
and I
do.
said you haven't.
You haven't got a DM. You have not got a DM.
You're naming one position out of the 3 midfield.
That is your
positions.
what is okay? What's your starting midfield then? What's your strongest starting midfield? And I'll tell you my strongest.
Our
Starting
strongest starting midfield is probably either Endo Bichetic in the 6 and then Szoboszlai and McAllister.
So you're telling me that 3 is better than Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, and Lavia?
You just said it's not. We just spoke about depth for the longest amount of time when you talk about Liverpool. Now that we speak about Chelsea, going back to starting 11, which is it?
I'm talking about the starting 11 when I say we've got a better midfield than you, and on top of that, I still think we've got more depth.
So say you've got a better starting midfield then, because you haven't got a better midfield.
Okay, fair enough. We've got a better.
And even the starting midfield. Even the starting midfield is a debate because in the 8, I'm taking Szoboszlai over Enzo, and in the 8, I'm taking McAllister over Caicedo. So in my opinion, you've got one player out of the 3 that's better than us. So we still have a better midfield then.
But that's your opinion. I think I'm not swapping none of your midfielders for Enzo Fernandez.
No, that's fine.
But I'm not swapping none of your midfielders for Caicedo.
Our midfield way more functional and way more versatile than yours. We can defend and attack.
We'll just have to see because we haven't seen ours yet.
Your defense ain't getting you any goal. Your midfield ain't getting you any goals or assists. And they're not.
Enzo Fernandez isn't getting assists then, yeah?
How many is he going to get in the season?
Get yourself clip this. Enzo Fernandez ain't getting assists this year.
Is he getting more than McAllister or Szoboszlai this season?
How many are they getting?
More than all your midfielders.
How many is that?
They might only need 2.
2? Okay, now you're taking the piss. So if you're going to say 2, I'm saying Enzo's going to get at least 5 assists.
And I'm telling you, Szoboszlai and McAllister will get more than that.
We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell, bro.
But you actually got goal scorers in your team, Cal. That's the difference.
I wasn't even going to ask.
I ain't swapping. I'll be real. I ain't swapping Liverpool's midfield for mine. I ain't swapping Caicedo, Lavia,
I'm saying you once again you made a statement, but you got nothing to back it up.
Remember, it's not me. It's not me who said anything about Enzo now. So don't come for me.
I need to get to anyway. Wave says Palmer cannot play 10. He can play 10. From what I've heard, anyways. Please stop waffling, bro. DJ says, Don, bro, just give up all the haters. You can't win. They're all salty haters, especially Cass. Don't waste your energy, bro. We'll surprise them. All let them chat.
Yeah,
you man are more sensitive than Arsenal fans. Leeds are sitting here, bro. Like, allow it. Enzo says, Wave says Enzo, 17 games in Portugal. Don't dismiss Enzo. You can't knock that. Enzo's actually a fantastic player, to be fair. Mo Beta says, apparently all sense goes out these panelists when it's Chelsea. Your takes make you look dumb and can't be taken seriously. I mean, correct your spelling first, mate. Wave says, Cass pull up Enzo stats is a comedy show. I'm not really a stats merchant like that.
In the bag, bruv.
Yeah, I'm not. I like watching.
Yeah, like you're acting like your clan just didn't get run riot by Enzo Fernandez. What are we talking about?
What was the score in that game?
It doesn't matter what the score was. What did Enzo do to your midfield?
Well, the first time they played,
we came back. We equalized.
Hold on, you got a bad boy defense. What happened to your defense?
Hey, listen, they might have to get warm in it. What did
Enzo
do to your midfield?
Your impenetrable defense, your bad boy defense. What happened?
A defense that played together for the first time in a competitive game.
He's like who's bowing to
huh? This is his first competitive game for us, yeah. Levi's first competitive game for us as well.
Huh?
Don, bro.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Don, you're crazy.
Enzo bossed your midfield, bro. Let's not do that. You're shameless. Enzo bossed your midfield.
And how many times did those players play for Liverpool in that midfield?
You wanted Enzo.
McAllister was playing out of position, right?
I can show you a little picture of Enzo.
How many games?
All of our midfielders, yeah. Liverpool won it. Now he's trying to get onto them.
Hold on, wait, no, wait, no. You lot associate.
Hey, Cass, they wanted Enzo. They wanted Caicedo. They wanted Lavia. They ended up with Endo. They ended up with Graben Birch, whatever his name is, bro. You get it? And you lot wanted Levi. And who have you ended up with?
You're right. Tell me an attacker.
All the midfielders that we've got, you lot won it.
I'm not hearing enough. You got as good as Luis Diaz.
But I've already said your attack's better than ours. Your attack, one of your attacks, one of the best in Europe.
So we can do this then. Well, who's your goalkeeper? Robert Sanchez.
But bro, I've given the reasons, bro. I've said already.
Who's your defenders? Who's your left back?
Our left back right now, bro. I'm hoping it's going to be Matson. I'm hoping it's going to be Matson.
Hold on. So all you can bring to the table is midfield when it comes to Chelsea because you spend
really. We've got depth in at the back as well, bro. I'm not stressed about our defense right now.
You've got numbers. You haven't got depth.
We
You
do
got
have
numbers,
numbers.
you haven't got
No. We do have depth, bro. We've got Badia Shield, we've got Chalobah, we've got
Where is Badia
Disasi.
Shield? You just said about Thiago.
Badia Shield is on the bro. Badia Shield is
Badia
literally. Badia Shield is literally in partial training. International
You know
breaks coming. He'll
I
be back
don't
after
mean
that.
partial training, bro. If I've got a partial car, I ain't got a car to drive.
No, but he's playing with a ball at his feet.
Partial training before. It's
It is, that's literally what the website said. The website literally said partial training.
What is partial training?
Partial training,
obviously.
partial training. Listen, I'm not a coach. I'm not a coach.
I'm coming to pick you up, but I've only got a partial car. What does that say?
Bro, I'm letting you hold on. Now you're being disingenuous now. Now you're being disingenuous. I'm letting you know because you're saying it like I'm telling you that Badia Shield's not on the injury table, not training, bro. He's nearly back. Partial training is what they said on the website. Bro, he's nearly back.
Thiago's nearly back then. So what then?
Bro, I'm telling you about the depth because after the international break, he's gonna be back.
All right, so if Thiago's nearly back, then talk to me about midfield again.
But you're talking about Thiago. You're talking about
Who's better than Thiago. Are you going to say Enzo's better than Thiago as well?
Yeah, he is because he's actually more available. He's actually more available.
Behave yourself.
Thiago's never available, bro.
All right, so cool. So Badiashili's rubbish then because he's not available then. You keep on tying yourself up here.
Hold on,
I can do this all day.
Wait, Badiashili's been here for 2 seconds. How are you trying to say? How are you trying to talk about him? Bro, he got injured. Does that mean that he's injury prone? Like Thiago?
But you just said you can't speak about him. He's not depth because he's injured. Your guys
because he's injury prone. That's why. Because he's injury prone, bro.
But he's almost. But Thiago's partially back as well. So,
Badia Shield is not injury prone, bro. He literally had just this one injury and he's nearly back. What are you talking about?
So we won't speak about Reece James then.
Reece James, you can talk about him all day if you want. You can. Gusto's there.
But we can't because he's injury prone, so we can't speak about.
No, I will agree with you.
Right back then?
Whatever you want to talk about, we've got Gusto there. We've got Gusto there. We've got Gusto there in reserve.
Is Gusto better than Trent?
Is Gusto better than Trent? He's still good. He's still good enough to get us top 4, like I've been saying.
I never asked if he's good or not. Is he better than Trent?
He's better than Trent defensively. I'll tell you that.
You ain't got a goalkeeper better than us. You ain't got a right back better than us. You ain't got a left back better than us. None of your centre backs can say anything to Van Dijk, despite what you think. Your midfield can talk to us.
I'm starting Maatsen over. I'm starting Maatsen over Robertson every day of the week.
I'm sure you would, Don. In your world, I'm sure you would. And then in attack, let's not even do it because Mudryk. I mean, do we even want to go down that field? Because it's a cul-de-sac right now. So all this bad boy that Chelsea's got still can't talk to a depleted and a downtrodden Liverpool. How about that?
Hey, guess what though, Cal? I'll put you lot in 4th. So you get it. I'm still rating Liverpool's thing.
How are we below you guys when I've just smashed your team with multiple players?
And Cal, and that is your opinion, and we can be here all day going back and forth.
It's not just my opinion.
It is your opinion, and this is my opinion.
It's not just my opinion. You ask the whole world who's better out, Thiago Silva and Virgil van Dijk. And
bro, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, bro. It doesn't work like that. This player's better than that player. This player's better than that player. So that means that our team's gonna do better than you this season.
No, but you just said that's my opinion.
My players are still the whole world. Yeah, but what I'm saying is the players that we've got right now, I believe in their quality. I believe in their quality, bro. That's as simple as that. You can believe in your team. You can believe in. No, but bro, that's fine. And I've spoken about all the evidence. I've spoken about all the attributes 1,001 times. You don't want to carry on dismissing it. That's not a problem, bro. And like I've said, this is my opinion. That's your opinion.
You know what the maddest thing is, yeah? I need to do these super chats. You lot are actually, it's funny as shit. Don't get me wrong. But the difference is you can't ever say Thiago Silva, not in this stream. I'm sorry. The guy has to play in a back 5 to be capable. That means you're losing out on one attack.
Whatever, man. You're not watching him closely.
You know, you're the one that was complaining about back 5. So don't do that. So anyway,
I was, but I think he can still do a job there of Casado protecting him.
Oh my god, here we go. DJ says, Callum,
here we go.
Callum, your midfield got dominated by Gallagher and Enzo, and you're trying to puff out chest. Your midfield has zero balance, and you're chatting like this. So
and who played in our midfield in that game?
I can't believe the chest that it's got for this deflated team.
Didn't do anything that game. And you keep hold on. And this is what's funny. You keep on saying we got dominated in that game. How many halves is a game of football?
I didn't say you got dominated. When did I say that?
No, the super chat said that. And you agreed with it. How many halves is a game of football?
Wait, hold on. Bring that super chat up because I know the bit that I agreed with.
How many games? How many halves?
Three.
Three
That's
halves.
What they want. That's what they want.
So who dominated the first half?
Liverpool did.
You didn't really dominate the first half. You didn't dominate the first half. It was about half an hour. It was about half an hour. Then we grew into the game. Let's not do that. Then the whole second half we're just all over you. Let's not do that. Salah to get hooked off. A man got mad. Let's not do that.
and you still couldn't do anything.
You know what's
Bent
funny,
over.
yeah? If you squint hard enough, you look at Don, you see Ty.
Which one?
Hey, listen, you know it is though. Do you know it is though, Lee? I'm gonna let you lot say all of that though,
Yo,
because
if you
when the
squint
season,
hard
no, during the season, I don't want to
Bro.
see no. I knew
Hamza
Chelsea were gonna
A,
do
that's
this.
a
No.
very cheeky
During the
comment,
season,
son.
during the season, yeah, I don't want to see
Hamza
no.
A, that's a very cheeky comment.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see no. Oh, I knew Chelsea were gonna do this. Look at the money they spent. This was always gonna happen.
Straight
I don't want to
blockage,
see
bro.
that. Do you
That
get it?
should be some fuck.
Yeah,
he needs to get blocked.
I'd love to see
Otherwise,
Hamza A and face to face and see.
otherwise
that's
I'm
the way.
coming off this shit, bro. Because that's fuckery. Like, he needs to come off that.
Yeah.
Shit, so.
I'd
Who?
love to see that. That's
What
the way.
happened?
Hamza
What
A.
happened, guys? Can you let us know, please? Please let me know.
Yeah,
the
no, he
name.
needs to
I
be
can't
blocked.
see it in this
bro.
chat, so it might
Yeah,
not
What's
block
the
that, block that
name?
guy, man.
Yeah, I think one
Hamza
of your
A,
mods
Hamza
have
A.
dealt with
What's the name? What's the
Hamza
name?
A.
it. Yeah, I think one of your mods
You
have
know
dealt
what?
with it.
You can't see it. No, you can't actually see it on the live chat. We can see it only on our chat. Does that make sense?
Yeah, otherwise I'm coming off this, bro. I ain't sitting there watching that shit, bro.
Hey, where is it? Two.
No, it's gone. It's gone now. It's gone now.
All right, it's done anyways. I see it. No, they won't be able to see it in the chat. Don't worry. Only we can see it. Anyways, let me carry on with the super chats. Yeah, be friendly. Like, you can come for opinions and that, but remember, our whole thing is molded around how Coppish do everything. You just get
We don't
booted out.
really play about like that still.
Yeah, T says, big up for the super chat because I ain't seen your name super chat yet. Enzo Caicedo, Lavia, and Kunku, shut up, Liverpool. All right, cool, we come on violence. Wave says, pull up Enzo's stats. He has no GA blood, a waffle. Demo says, why is Lavia getting mentioned? He's not made a squad.
What?
Because he's our player
Whoops.
that Liverpool wanted. What's going on here?
Michael
People
says,
say Liverpool wanted. How many
Right,
players
here
of Chelsea wanted that Liverpool have got?
here we
He
go.
was your main target, though, weren't he? And you didn't get
Virgil
him.
van Dijk was
Sorry.
your main target. Alisson Becker was your main target. Where are they now?
Mm.
Lifting
That's
lifting
That's
league.
fine. We're talking about the now. We're talking about the now. Don't deflect.
Michael
One
Ramsey
season, one
says-
summer, because you have to overpay and you had to put people on a death row contract.
But guess what? You lot nearly overpaid. You paid a British record as well for Casado. So what we say now?
But we didn't get him. You got him.
But you still
better
put the
hope
money
he does
down.
well then,
You still put
because
the
it's
money
not
down.
like- It's
You
not
will.
like we
You
don't
will.
see Chelsea spend a lot of money and they flop, right?
Yeah, but this time we're doing it a bit differently, and you guys are still
You're
dismissing
doing
it.
it
So
the
we'll
exact
see.
same.
Let me go through these super chats, man. Everybody's better than Rubbish Jones and Elliot. Only deluded people rate them. Don, Liverpool, and Chelsea have no depth. Well, after spending $1 billion, mad. Clinton Mark says Don is a clown. I sent an email to Never a Foul for Sunday. Yeah, big up. I see that, Clinton. Mo Beta says paying you to read my misspellings. Do it again. I mean, I think you might need to do another one, mate. Marge, what's that? Marge.
Can someone tell us what is this for real, guys?
What is this? Mo, man, you need to get your spelling correct, mate. Cheers for the super chat, though. I need to pay to get your spelling right. Wade says, Don, you are going to be humbled this season. Can't wait. Then says, I'm not a stats merchant either. He has no GA. Pimp says, so a gal put a do-rag on and became a Chelsea fan.
I'm going to favorite this video anyway after this. Don't worry about that.
Hey, this is the longest video we've done in about a year, bro. Wade says, Enzo, 26 games for Chelsea, 1 goal, 2 assists. And it says, Enzo's 1 goal was empty net yesterday.
This guy's rich, man.
Top Gooner says, Cal's getting stressed out. Lavia Fernandez, Kai, LFC, basically. Mobe says, deluded Liverpool fan. Last season, we could see the same as you, despite 3 different coaches. Deluded.
How many did you score? What a dumb comment. How many did you score? That's like a boxer saying, he got hit as many times.
Callum, do you know what's so funny? Callum, do you know what's so funny? Yeah, Callum, you know what's so funny, bro. Yeah, you see when I thought you lot get Casado. Yeah, I literally said live on the terrace. I literally said, yeah, right now Chelsea are 2 seasons behind, and we're gonna finish minimum 5th. Is what I said. That was before we got Casado, bro. So I was saying you lot are gonna challenge with him. That's what I said.
Hey, you're going from 12th to 6th, my brother. Enigma says, Don living in La La Land, wake up, man. And then Michael Johnson says, Fatty, Matoma, Pedro, and March and Ferguson. Boy, yeah, that's a very good attack, to be fair, Michael. Ober1 says, maddest thing is if the midfields were reversed and Liverpool had LFC, we would hear the same argument from Callum, 2 kids in a playground arguing. Now, the difference is, if they got given an Enzo or a Caicedo, even, to be fair, we're talking about them winning the league, not even
facts.
For. But you, man, saying from 12th to 3rd is mad. Wade says, Don said Enzo walks into City midfield, walk. To go for a walk, maybe. Top Gooner says, FSG, my owners, never doubt my owners.
Yeah, that was me.
Mo says, deluded Liverpool fan, you were talking about how bad our defense is.
Now he wants to
And then we got
Currently.
another one from DJ says, he says it's probably something at me, I bet. Oh, maybe not. Cal, mate, you spent your life watching Chelsea winning trophy after trophy, one meaty Klopp era, and you Liverpool rats come out of your hole soon to be irrelevant.
Liverpool rats. I could say something, but I won't because I don't want to get you.
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna call them red.
No, I was gonna say something worse. But again, people who hide behind a fake name and love to say stuff, we know what their energy is like. Little dick energy, innit?
Yeah, fair enough. And then Top Guna says here, oh wait, no, you done it
DJ
before.
probably stands for dumb Jezebel, innit? So it's cool.
Oh my days. All right,
People
look,
are mad, bro. They just be saying anything.
I know it's crazy. It's crazy.
I just want to look. We was going to talk on Arsenal. I can't. I'm sorry, Lee, but I'm just going to ask you quickly, and I'm going to do some predictions quick. What? Just tell me, what do you rate Arsenal's window out of 10?
6.5, something like that.
6.5. What are you man saying? I'm going to give it a 5 just because of Timmer's injury. For me, it was about 8 before. I think Timmer's injury and not replacing him is a kind of harsh in a way. It's not, because it is a season. It's not like it is 4 months.
Wait, hold on. What did we give Chelsea's window? We didn't rank it.
Brother, I don't care anymore.
See?
20.
You see? Agenda right there.
20, bro,
Agenda right
20.
there. You can't even rate it.
No,
Man even
listen,
took off his headset. He took off his headset, you know.
Yes,
His head was-
Don. We cannot rate your window because you signed
Why?
15,000 players. I'll tell you
No,
what.
no, no.
because
Talk
we
about the
cannot
players in
rate
the first team. Talk about the
I
players
am
in the first team.
I'm
seriously
not doing it no more. I'm ending the stream. I'm ending the stream. I'm
I
done.
can't believe this. I can't believe this.
Big up
Now
all
you
this
can't rate. You can't rate our window now. What type of
Hey.
agenda is this?
6 out of 10.
6, yeah. Okay, cool.
After
Lee?
all your money,
10,
all
10,
your money
10.
spent, after all your money spent and everything, I still feel like you need to still address some areas. And yes, but the thing is, what I like about your window is that you sold the best, in my opinion. You and City sold the best, 100%. But I think you could have recruited quality more. That's it. And on that note, I'll probably give it a 7.5, 8. I think you're just missing one more thing, really. If I'm being totally honest, a striker.
Listen, they spent a billion pounds.
I'll give you an 8. I'll actually give you an 8.
I don't care what their window you rate it. They spent £1 billion. They need to do more than finish third, in my opinion. I've been saying this for ages. So
You've literally just said it's banged on that I'm doing hopium, but now we need to finish more than third. What are you talking about?
Listen,
Put yourself in a pickle there.
do what you need to do, man.
You've literally just said that I'm deluded for what saying that we're going to finish third. You've literally just called me.
Do what
If
you
you
need
squint
to
like
do,
that,
man.
if you squint like that, you're going to see tie. But now you're saying that we spend $1 billion, so we have to finish above third. What are you talking about? Lee?
Do what you need to do, man. The expectations.
But how does that make any sense though? Because you've just gone
what
to
you
me
need
for
to do,
saying that
man.
we'll finish third. Now you're saying that we need to finish higher. How does that work, bro?
Do what you need to do, my guy.
You can't explain it, bro.
I Chelsea's window 12 out of 10 for potential. I'm cutting it. I'm tired. I've got to be up in the morning, man. You man are crazy, bro. Like, big up Cal.
I'm catching man out here.
Find out Kopish. You can find Lee in his channel in the description below. All sorts. And Don, I'm pretty sure you'll see him around at some point. Thank you.